Fruited Plains here in Texas as Canyon Lake Broadcasting is on the air its third consecutive season as affiliate of KMAX Sports. Canyon Lake Broadcasting coming to you live from the beautiful hill country town of Fredericksburg as the Hawks take to the road at the third game district meet on the schedule. This is Corey Martelli with Darren Lesturgeon and Don Holmes bringing you live coverage from Fredericksburg Stadium. Darren Lesturgeon will be producing the show as usual with Les Clary, the person back at KMAX Sports, and we're proud to have Les. I forgot.
Running the show, Les Clary.
Les Clary running the show. Darren Lesturgeon is our producer and play-by-play commentator, and as everybody knows, Don Holmes is our statistician. Welcome, sports fan, to Canyon Lake football, District 14, Region 4, Division 1. And the Hawks come in here sporting a 7-0 record, 2-0 in districts, and the Billies will come into this event 3-4. But a precursor to what you'll hear tonight on the Paul Sawyer Septic pregame show, don't let those records be your precursor on how you think the game will go tonight. Well, Darren, Don, here we are. Another beautiful night in Fredericksburg. The hospitality. We got pulled pork sandwiches. We got water. We got a hospitality guy here with us. And boy, we're ginning along.
We're treated much nicer than we are at home, so it's great. It's a great event.
It is.
Looking forward to it.
I'm just impressed. You said precursor.
Yes,
yeah,
precursor.
Throwing out the big words tonight.
Big word. It's tonight's big word night tonight, as the Hawks look to secure a further seed in the district. And soon we'll talk about a little bit about the regional possible matchups, as there's a lot of good stuff going on in District 14 tonight. We've got Lampasas playing Taylor, and we've got Burnick playing Liberty Hill. So tonight's going to be a good, big, great matchup of colossal means. Coach Moffitt, the head coach of the Battling Billies, circled this game on the calendar in August and said, guys, our whole season, if we don't do anything else, we're going to beat Canyon Lake on this date. Well, come to find out, they're 0-2. We're 2-0. They can ill afford to lose a game, so it is going to be a full-blown slobber knocker of a game, and I'm going to forecast that right now, just like we had in Blanco about 4 weeks ago.
Well, the two teams know each other. I mean, they've been we've been playing them since the inception, and it's so there's no fear or an intimidation or unknown on either side of the ball at this point. They know what they got to do, and like you said, Corey, when you get in those sort of matches, you throw the records out, and you're going to see each team's best effort.
Absolutely, they'll bring the kitchen sink, and everybody else is along with it. It's been a 10-game series. From our neighbors to the north, Canyon Lake Curling holds an 8-2 lead over that 10-game series. And Coach Moffitt, the Big Red Machine, would like nothing to wipe that off a little bit and make it a 3-game win for the Billies here tonight. And Don, you've been around with me since the get-go of the team, so.
And that's what people ask me, is how I could have been with you that long. And that just blows me away.
There's a lot of truth to that statement.
Yeah.
It's called durability, Don. You're very durable.
Basically, you have a situation where Fredericksburg looks at us like we look at Wimberley. Wimberley had us down 8-2, and then we beat them this year. Mm-hmm. And so that's the similarities in the two going in that direction. And so the good news is that we're on the 8 side and they're on the 2 side. And I know back in 2011 we had not beat Wimberley at all yet. and we had circled that on our calendar to beat Wimberley, and they went ahead and beat us 50-14 that night. And so a lot of times you can put a lot of hype on a date, and as a coach, I don't know why you would do that. I would have been a little bit more back row on that prediction.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely.
However, you would say, a couple years ago we circled the date on that Bernie game, and Bernie came in flying high, undefeated, and we rose up and was able to take that game. So it can go both ways, right?
Absolutely can. And I like the analogy that where they're Wimberley and vice versa. Is that's the point you're making, Don?
Say that again.
Well,
where they're Wimberley.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as say that. Let's not bring up Wimberley right now, okay?
you don't like Wimberley, do you?
I'm not a fan of the Wimberley Texan football
program.
No, I am not. So, without further ado, we're going to get into a little bit of the analogy of tonight's game. We talked about it just a little bit. We've got a quarterback tonight who's slinging the ball well. That's Brant Bowers. He's averaged about 221 yards passing per game. The Billies are also running about 153 yards rushing. Hobbs Price, Dax Dietrich, and Jarrett Beard are some of the targets that he'll be hitting tonight, as the Big Red Machine will do about a 2-to-1 pass-to-run ratio tonight, and we'll have to be looking out for the Big Red Pass Machine.
Well, absolutely. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Hooper's defense. We've played some passing teams, but those that have not executed well, I guess Taylor would be the one team that came out and was able to really sling the ball early in the game. Hooper and his defense made some adjustments, and they were able to shut him down. So we'll see how the Canyon Lake defense kind of stacks up against that tonight.
Brent Bowers has got 1,500 yards passing. He'll be the quarterback tonight. He's the senior. He was on last year's team, as a lot of these seniors were on last year's team, as they came to Canyon Lake to give us all we could handle in about 3 quarters in a 53-33 victory. Is that right, Don?
53-35.
But it was a shootout at Canyon Lake. We went on to win that game, but I'll tell you, there was no man left unscarred after that battle. And the same will bear fruit tonight as Canyon Lake comes in here again with 7-0, 2-0 in the district. And the Billies just lost the last 2 games of district. And the people that the Billies ran into right off the bat was Taylor and Liberty Hill. Liberty Hill ranked probably 3 or 4 or maybe 5 in the state.
Yep.
And they run a slot T offense similar to Canyon Lakes. And Taylor is a good team. And they had to take the 1-2 punch right in the mouth from the start of district, Don.
Well, the good news, though, is that we did beat Taylor. And we ran off 37 points without being answered in that game. And it did start a little bit slow, as Darren said earlier. But the reality is that if you can count on one thing on Canyon Lake, is their defense. Coach Hooper is really got those guys going well. And what Darren Sturgeon said earlier, he can adjust. And with that, I give Canyon Lake, you have to start with defense. If you can't score, then you can win. And that's what I will give Coach Hooper and how he plans and takes a lot of these passing teams. Yeah, he told me last week. He said, "I always tell my guys I want us to make the other team play left-handed."
Well, that's
and you see that almost every week this year.
You definitely do, and that's a good report on that. Touching back with Coach Hooper, the defensive coordinator for the Hawks, typically he'll give his cornerbacks and safeties a little bit off the ball to figure out what they're doing. He makes adjustments as each quarter increases. We've seen each year in the second year of Coach Hooper being the defensive coordinator, he'll come out, make some adjustments at halftime. He'll put a little pressure on one side, maybe not so much on the other, and he'll tune his boys in, and they call it hooping it up there on the defensive squad. So, Coach Hooper will bring it tonight.
And Canyon Lake is averaging 2 sacks a game. And that's after playing some blankos out there that don't pass it that often, and that's what Canyon Lake also does. Their DBs play a very good game. They're not great at intercepting or getting interceptions, but they are very good on getting pass breakups, and with that comes the pressure that they put on the quarterback. And you've seen that every week so far.
Yeah, we've got Alex Harden's leading the Canyon Lake Hawks with sacks right now.
No, you have JT Green tied with him. They both had 4.
That's right. They had 4. Alex got one the other day, and so did JT. They're both. Alex is the non-traditional defensive end. He's a little smaller, but he is fast. JT Green uses the opposite approach. He'll just handle
Bull over you.
the defensive tackle, and he'll hold his ground, and he's just as big as the defensive tackle. So, rolling forward on the offensive side of the ball tonight, Coach Moses will look to have that 3.5 yards 3 times to use up the clock, as the slot T offense is a ground and pound and grind machine.
Well, absolutely. You know that's what they're going to do. They're going to control the clock, control the ball, and really to keep it out of Fredericksburg's hands. You know, that's what you do against a passing team that can move the ball fairly quickly, helps your defense out, and that's what they're going to do. I see down there that the senior Jacob Ruff is on the sideline, but they're not going to have him in the game tonight. He unfortunately suffered a season-ending injury last week. So, yeah, on the offensive side of the ball, they're going to have a few other people step up in the running game itself.
Let's talk about that a little bit right now as we segue into that. Canyon Lake is a bruised up and battered team at this point. Canyon Lake's going to be missing 5 starters tonight. We had some starters missing also last week. One of those starters in the backfield replacing Ruff, he went down last year, the 79-yard touchdown run into the end zone, got tackled in the end zone, and he'll be out for the rest of the season. His sometimes replacement is number 5. That's going to be Caleb Allman. He suited out tonight, but I don't know if he's being cleared to play after protocol from a concussion. That was kind of started a little bit, I think, back in the Blanco game.
Yeah, but he's been out a couple of games now.
He has. Again, and then we'll see if he's able to come into the game. His twin brother, the paternal, obviously, is going to be Josh Allman, number 74. He had turf toe. I don't know how bad or what condition that may be in. He suited out tonight, but I have it on word that he will not be playing tonight also. Connor Rose went out with a broke collarbone at the Blanco game. We've got Ruff out, so we've got a lot of guys fixing to move into new positions.
Well, absolutely. On the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line side of the ball, they've got a couple sophomores that have played well at times, and so they're going to lean on those guys quite a bit, and that's going to be Hodge and at times Sean Pendleton. And, you're going to see those guys, I think, probably rotating in quite a bit during the course of the game, and they're going to have to step up. I think we may have Clay Weber back this week. We'll see. He set out the last game, and he plays that quick tackle position.
And he is the backside tackle to the quarterback sophomore, Peyton McMullen, number 12. And he protects that blind side for Peyton McMullen. So Canyon Lake will put maybe Martelli out on the corner. He is also swing man. He's got 3 passes right now. He's averaged about 57 yards a catch on 3. And he'll get to see a little bit that. The other person on the offensive side of the ball that we're going to welcome back, you had mentioned Weber a little bit, is also going to be a senior, and that's going to be Jacob Neal. Jacob Neal will go in to the swingman position, or tailback, if you will, and then that will force Trent Lorette to also get some touches along with Nick Rivera. Nick Rivera plays corner, so we've got a lot of guys going
both ways
tonight, and it's going to be a challenge to see how well they can keep in the game. And Jacob Neal will be running the ball tonight for the first time since probably his freshman year.
Yep, and it's not to say that he can't do it. It just he's fielded punts. He does that. He's done that quite a bit. But yeah, it'll be a different look tonight. And anytime you sort of change the dynamic and you run the risk of just not being in sync, you kind of step back to like it is in the first game or two of the season, where you're still trying to figure each other out.
And I think that reset of what you're talking about is first, second game, and third game of the season is an accurate depiction of what Canyon Lake is right now. We've got some guys in new positions, and typically when you have that, you have mistakes. And I know the coaches know that, so if Canyon Lake can just avoid some mistakes, 5-yard penalties on like a 3rd and 1 or a fumble down inside the red zone, then they'll have a chance to hopefully get that slot T grinded offense down the road, taking the long drives.
As you said, it comes down to controlling the line of scrimmage. That's going to allow for the run. If they can do that, not turn the ball over, then absolutely they'll be in a position to sort of control the game.
Well, we'll take a few commercial breaks here for our sponsors. The Paul Sawyer Septic pregame shows continues. We'll come back with Don on a little bit of some stats and facts from none other than Don Holmes. And myself, I've got a few things.
You're going to throw a few facts out there?
I got a few
All right,
facts,
we'll do some fact checking while you're at it.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, sports fans here in Canyon Lake and around Texas. When you need the best septic systems, look no further than Paul Sawyer Septic, the only company with a 3-year warranty and a 3-year maintenance agreement in the business. PaulSawyerSeptic.com, installing systems that last a lifetime. Give them a call at 830-935-4936. That's 830-935-4936. PaulSawyerSeptic.com.
You may think you can get a good burger almost anywhere around here, but at Baja Barbecue Shack we have a lot more to offer. While enjoying one of our delicious options between Tex-Mex and barbecue entrees, or enjoying a drink at one of our full-service bars, you and the kids will be well entertained by our live music while overlooking the marina, which is one of the best spots in Canyon Lake to see the beautiful sunset. So come join the Baja family. Find us at BajaBarbecueShack.com or give us a call at 830-935-3122.
Let's play golf this weekend, okay?
Okay, where?
Well, the club at Rebecca Creek, of course.
Of course. Why, of course?
3 reasons. It's in fantastic shape, has a great pool to relax in after your round, but the best thing in the hill country is the tasty grilled smash burger.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's call for a tea time. What's the number?
The number is 830-885-5168, or visit their website at www.rebeccacreek.com.
At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-wasted seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306, and we're open daily, and you can find our hours at luckysportsbarandgrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115.
And welcome back to Canyon Lake Broadcasting. It's the Canyon Lake Broadcasting crew, voice of the Hawks, coming to you live from Fredericksburg, Texas. Here with Darren and Don, bringing you the live coverage as the Battle of Billies host the Canyon Lake Hawks. We talked a little bit earlier before the break here, Don, about the offense. We're going to shift over to the defense. The number 1 tackler for the Canyon Lake Hawks is
Grayson
Lee. Grayson Lee, the middle linebacker, senior, and he'll be accompanied by a new face out there to take the place of Jacob Ruff, and that's going to be Daniel Neal, Jacob Neal's brother. So Daniel Neal will fill the spot of Sam linebacker, and he'll be on the left side of the middle linebacker, Grayson Lee. The other person back there is going to be Brandon Robinson. We call him B-Rob. B-Rob will be hosting his own spot out there, and that'll have a little bit new look to it. So Daniel Neal, the junior, will come in. He's about 6'1", 190 pounds, and he has a short time to learn the vision of the spread offense at this level.
No, absolutely. He's got some big shoes to fill, and he's going to get tested. And he changed his number, so that I'm going to say that's going to bode well for him.
Yeah.
That's the kind of analytics you get on Canyon Lake Broadcasting.
Absolutely. So there's a few changes on the defense and the offense. Again, welcome everybody here listening to us across the fruited plain and around the globe. Grandpa Bill in Columbus, Mississippi. And I know we've got some of the JT Green and Jeremy Green, the Green fans, Coach Green fans listening to us out there, probably out in Dallas, Fort Worth area. I know we got some guys listening to us in Uvalde, Texas, Friendswood, Texas, and all over Texas. As a matter of fact, we have a pretty good following. And we're proud to give you all coverage here as an affiliate of K-Mag Sports, Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the voice of the Hawks in our 3rd year. Don, defensively, what do you see that needs to be filled to win this game?
Well, actually, our defense is going to be based on our offense. What we've already talked about is the injuries we've had on our offense. So that makes I think that's going to make our coach a little bit more conservative with his calling. And as you well know, we do this all the time, but when you're not making the breakout runs like we've had with our guys who've gotten hurt, then you're going to see a lot of 3- and 4-yard runs and a lot of 4th down plays. And I think Canyon Lake will do that. Well, if they get successful in doing that, that's going to make Fredericksburg very, very frustrated, because I remember back in the day when we played Navarro, the very first time, a slot T team, we couldn't get the ball, and they would drive and they would score, and then we would do different things with our offense, and we would start to press because we wanted to try to score, and we didn't do it. And I forgot. Well, I just remember that Navarro just took us to the cleaner that very first year. We had a decent team that year. So our defense is going to be based on how good our offense does. Once again, I've already talked about how I think Coach Hoop is probably one of the better defensive coaches I've seen, and how he's going to adjust, and I think he'll spy some players, the Beards of the world, and if he can make them play left-handed, then it's going to play into our favor.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. I think you're spot on with that call, Don. And, again, if Coach Moses has the ball between the 30 and 40-yard line, he's going 4 downs to get, especially if it's 4th down and 5 in that area. He won't hesitate. He's done
5 yards
or
less, and even sometimes 7 yards.
And sometimes people, we heard it talked about today here at the stadium, people don't understand the slot T offense and in the theories and the things behind it. Not to say that we're experts here at Canyon Lake Broadcasting, but we've seen enough over the last 6 years. It's a ground and pound. You keep the other person's high-flying offense off the field. If you have a defense to back your slot, then that's a very effective approach to the game. And I'll tell you what, it will wear you out in the 3rd and 4th quarters. And that's where a lot of time Canyon Lake in the past 5 years has added to the score.
It's really about limiting touches on the other team. I mean, that's really one of the. I mean, it's one of the defensive elements to running the slot T on the offensive side of the ball.
And every play is set up for the next play. And
yes.
So if certain plays aren't working, then we've seen that 2 or 3 times this year where the next play is a pass.
Yep.
It might be on the 1st, 2nd, or even a 3rd down. And when that happens, you'll immediately see the other team's defense open up.
And to add to some of all that, it's a misdirection offense. It's a hide the ball, using the players that you have to your advantage. And a lot of time it'll be student body left or right. You'll have half the team not even worried about blocking those people on the left or right side, depending on where you go. The other thing about the slot T, if you don't know the slot T well, and a lot of people don't, is that each play can be blocked 2 to 3 different ways.
Yeah.
So if you're studying for a blocking pattern on one play, it's the same play to people in the stands. For me, you, the coaches, the blocking's completely different. They can't see that in about 2 seconds.
Well, that's the other thing that you'll see. They have a quick guard, and then they have a strong guard, and those guys will actually move sides of the ball based on where they're going, and the quick guard will routinely pull and get out in front of that blocker on the opposite side of the center. So that's something you don't see a lot, certainly not in high school, and that can be. It can be one of those things that's very difficult for the defensive side of the ball to really make adjustments for.
And the thing that you see that you don't see up here is that we're one of the few that run the slot T. It's kind of been called the slot T mafia, and a lot of teams don't see it. So when they do see it for the first time, Fredericksburg's seen it plenty. They've played Liberty Hill and us for years, and they're used to it. But when you don't see it a lot, hey, it's something new, and you can't figure it out.
Now, I think it just makes the team discombobulated.
There you go. So
there
it's big word night.
All right,
it's big word night.
Big word tonight. You got that one at 7:09 Central Time. Just put Don down for discombobulated. You got that one.
He stole my word, though. I'm going to have to come up with another one.
Well, it's a long night. We've got plenty.
There's no telling what I'm going to drag out now.
I've got a thesaurus, right, and all that. Get my cat in the hat jokes out here in a minute. But Don's right. It discombobulates the defense. You can study for one play on the slot.
Absolutely.
And then next thing you know, you're going to go run this gap, and it's blocked different. And so that's the key, or some of the keys to the slot offense and how it operates. And having seen it for 7 years, and we've become very familiar with it, and it's a good thing. So we're about 30 minutes away from kickoff, and the crowd is filling the stadium. We get the Madeline Billies tunneled up.
Couldn't be a better night for football. I tell you what, this is exactly what you want here in late October. No breeze, cool temperature, probably 73, 74 degrees. It's a nice night and just perfect. The flags are still. It's not going to impact the game in any way. So
I've never seen the flags get out on the field either. So I think we're okay with that.
Yeah, but it can affect those kickers.
Absolutely.
And those passing offenses.
Well, sometimes the referees are throwing flags, but I understand that can get you.
Yeah, well,
and they can. So either way, it's a good night for football, and we're right smack middle of the hill country of Texas, and the beautiful town of Fredericksburg. Enjoyed coming here every year for its track or football or whatever. Been coming here for probably about 11 years now. This is our 11th year.
That is correct.
Yeah, well done, Don. And the Emerald Dancers are here as well, Darren.
They are. They're out there. They've been practicing all week. That I do know. And and
you got 2 daughters out there.
I got 2 of them out there, and I don't see them much because they're usually practicing. But they'll do a great routine tonight, and it's good to see all the spirit organizations here for Canyon Lake.
Why don't you do the play-by-play for the?
You want me to
for
do the
dance
play-by?
team? Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it could get a little messy, but
we'll go to assignments when we get back for a quick break from our sponsors here, as we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. This is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks.
First of all, we'd like to recognize
Imagine a game where you can pit the greatest Texas high school football teams of all time against each other. Before now, if you wanted to see the Permian Panthers of Friday Night Lights fame play Johnny Manziel's 2010 Kerrville squad, you were stuck with only your imagination. Not anymore. This new game allows you to play those dream matchups. 1983 Dangerfield, only allowed 8 points all season. 2015 Katy, 10 shutouts en route to their 4th straight championship appearance. 2008 Allen, their first of 5 championships in the state's largest classification, and so many more. Friday Night Legends is that game. What are you waiting for? Get in the game. Friday Night Legends.
To get your copy of Friday Night Legends, the game, head over to FridayNightLegends.com.
Hey, if you're looking for a plumbing service to do things right the first time, well, look no further than Cowboy Plumbing Services. Cowboy Plumbing Services, owned by Jared and Sarah Criddle, here in Comal County, will come out and do your home or business the right way the first time. Give them a call at 830-214-4133 or give them an email at cowboyplumbing@msn.com. Cowboy Plumbing Services, they'll do it right the first time. Look them up at cowboyplumbingtx.com. Cowboy Plumbing Services, the right way the first time. M36742.
Hey, Hawk fans, you know where to go when you want fine Tex-Mex food, and that's Meemaw's Tacos. Meemaw's Tacos, owned and operated by David and Melissa Sauceda, serving the best Tex-Mex food at the lake. Come by and see David and Melissa and try their mini lunch plates from fajitas, enchiladas, and nachos and more. With 22 years experience of the hand-me-down recipes from Meemaw herself, these traditional made-from-scratch Tex-Mex recipes are sure to impress. The staff will get you in and out and take your order as quickly as possible. But don't go too fast because you'll miss out on some great Tex-Mex food. So whether you're dining in or taking out on the road, Meemaw's is a place for good Tex-Mex food. On your way to work, going to school, grab a few tacos and spread the wealth and let others enjoy the handmade treasures from Meemaw's. So why have 2 tacos when you can have 12 is what I say. Don't forget about their delicious salsas made fresh daily and all of those delicious fluffy made flour tortillas. Give them a call at 830-935-2018. That's 830-935-2018. Or look them up on Facebook. They're in the Hancock Center next to Lucky's. Proudly supporting the Hawks. Go Hawks!
And welcome back to Canyon Lake Broadcasting, coming to you live from Fredericksburg, Texas. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the voice of the Hawks. Well, let's get down to business here and give you the Fredericksburg roster. Number 2 will be Wilson Hastings. Number 3 will be Price Hobbs. Number 4 will be Hobbs Price, Dax Dietrich, number 4. Number 5, Joshua Hanley. Number 6, Nathan Cantu. Number 7, Tate Herbrig. Number 8, Jared Beard. Number 9, Hayden Arens. Number 10, Alex Silva. Number 11 is Brant Bowers. He'll be your quarterback for tonight. Number 12 is Tucker Elliott. 13, Ben Ferris. 14, Hunter Metzger. Number 15, Armando Ramirez. Number 17, Gary Sorolla. Number 18, Davis Ray. Number 20, Alex Covera. Number 21 is Miguel Quesada. Number 22 is Tucker Klein. Number 23, Devin Cantu. 24 is Elias DeLong. Number 25 is Jabin Gibson. Number 25 is William Serba. He'll be your running back tonight. He was here last year. Number 31 is A.J. Rawls. Number 33 is Dylan Arens. Number 51, Dawson Harkins. Number 52, Chase Jost. Number 54, Quentin Pesh. Number 55, Austin Shepard. 56 will be Landon West. 57, Jack Gallagher. 58, Christian Alves. We'll get that one right. 61, Brant Sasko. Number 63 is Jake Alford. Number 64 is Dalton Keener. Number 65 is Luke Duderstadt. Number 66 is Zachary Wobbling. Number 67 is Garrett Bristol. Jacob Wobbling. Number 68 is his brother. That's 2 Wobblings in one team. And number 70 is Isaiah Robles. Number 75, J.R. Prop. Number 76 is Seneca Gilbert. 77 is Travis Cates. Number 80 is Josh Winke. Number 81 is Juan Laredo. And number 86 is Trent Golzelski. That's your lineup for the Canyon Lake Hawks. Yeah, dear. Well, Darren, I mean, got to put you on hot mic to hear that. But since you weren't on, we're going to go roll with the Canyon Lake Hawk football team.
That's one of my best jokes ever.
Here's your 2018 Hawk football team starting lineup. Number 1, Trey Lucero. Number 2, middle linebacker Grayson Lee. Number 3, Stephen Sharp. Outside linebacker Brandon Robinson. Number 5, Caleb Allman. Number 6 is Chance Martelli, Billy Swingman, receiver. Number 8 will be Jacob Neal, strong safety and running back tonight. Dylan Forehand, number 9. Ethan Slater, number 10. Number 12 was Peyton McMullen, quarterback, sophomore. Number 14 is Patrick Allman. 15, cornerback is Nick Rivera. Number 19, the kicker, Nash Run, Young. Number 20 is going to be Tristan Chacon. He'll move over to fullback tonight. Number 21, playing free safety and tailback, will be number Trenton Lorette. He'll also be the place kicker tonight. Number 22, Connor Rose. Number 26, Cody Klein. Number 30, the defensive right end. And your tight ends, number 30, J.T. Green. Number 32, Jacob Rupp is out for the season. Number 34 will be Daniel Neal taking the outside linebacker position. And number 36, defensive end, Alex Harden. Number 40 be Carter McCormick. Number 42, backup linebacker, Kyle Wharton. Number 48 is another backup linebacker, Andrew Kohlberg, the senior. Brandon Kinsard, he'll come in at defensive tackle to give some breath. Your left tackle will be Clay Weber, number 52. Kyle Weber, he'll be starting tonight. He's been out for about a week, 2 weeks. Number 55, Kyle Ewell. Number 56, the center for the Hawks, Nathan DeLeon. Number 60, right guard, Hudson Duke. Number 62, defensive right guard, Sean Pendleton. Number 64, left guard for the offensive line for the Hawks, that's Braden Hodge. Number 65 is Sheldon Flint, the senior. He's out for the season. Number 66, Devin Cordell. Number 72, the quick guard, Dylan Shepard. Number 74, the right quick guard, be Joshua Allman. Number 75, defensive tackle, Eric Teutsch. Number 77 is the right offensive tackle, and that's junior Marshall Netting. He's a big boy. And number 80 is Seth Townsend. 81 is Eric Collins. And also your offensive tight end will be Ian Royer. They'll bring in him with J.T. Green on a double tight formation. That's your lineup for the Canyon Lake Hawks.
Yeah, that lineup, just as you were going down those couple of those players, I was thinking about the sophomore Eric Teutsch. Now, he's a big fella as well.
Huge.
Has come in and has done a good job last week. Again, you're relying on some sophomores there to actually be able to carry a little bit of the load with all the injuries they've had.
Canyon Lake has a number of seniors that were on JV last year pulling the load, with about 4 or 5 big sophomores have been brought up to varsity this year. And just right now, this last week, Coach Moses said he begins to see the gelling of all these different blocking techniques for the offensive line, and he said it made him put a smile on his face.
Well, that's good. I mean, they're going to need that. I mean, obviously they have. We talk a lot about the running backs, who always do that, but it's the guys up front that really that do the heavy lifting,
in the trenches,
do the work, and you know, they've had, like I said, they've had some senior leadership on there, but they've been integrating some sophomores in there. They got some juniors as well, and again, it's good to hear the coach talk about how they're sort of coming together here in game 7 or 8 of the season.
Yeah, it's can you believe it's been that long already, guys?
I can't. It seems like we just got started, but
we're
deep in district at this point.
We are deep in district. Big night across the state of Texas, as this is the 3rd week for most of the schools. We are 4A. Some of the schools have had byes, some of them have not, but this will be a big 4A matchup across the state. Canyon Lake currently listed probably around 12 or 11 or 10, maybe 13 in the state rank, depends on who you talk to. I don't like to personally talk about the ranks. It's just there's so many schools out there that putting a rank on somebody, unless you're really in the top 5, kind of, for me personally, says something you may not be 100%.
Well, you're in the state of Texas. Last time I checked, it's pretty big. And because it's so big, how can someone in McAllen know what someone up in Caprock's doing? It's just no way. And
well, it's called the internet.
Okay. Well, the reality is that there's just no way that these guys can make a definitive answer on who's number one, who's number two, et cetera, et cetera.
I think we're all in agreement with that.
A couple of the games that are going on tonight within the district. You've got Liberty Hill that's taking on Burnett. They'll be in Burnett tonight.
We need to start our prayer right now for that game.
And then we've got the Taylor Ducks that are at Lampasas, and so those games will be going. We'll be checking those throughout the night and make sure we keep you abreast of what those scores, what's happening in those games.
Absolutely, we will. Don will be the stat guy tonight. He'll be yelling out the yards and getting everything right. And for Canyon Lake and our Canyon Lake broadcasting crew, the interviews and the stats and the facts will be posted tomorrow night on hilltopnewspaper.com. And you can look that up in the morning, as Don will have all the stats and stories listed on his website. And we're grateful for Don's statistician, what do we want to call that? Guruism?
Prowess. I'm going to say prowess.
I'm
going to say prowess.
Yeah, I like that word there.
Yeah, he's got strong acumen.
The reality, though, guys, is I have to wait for Mr. Robinson to send me the pictures, and he can't send them until in the morning. So this won't be posted. It'll be posted sometime right before noontime.
Well, the other end of the spectrum from Don is Darren Lesturgeon. He is our producer. Without him and Les Clary, nothing would happen. And we're forever grateful for Darren being our producer. He's between Darren and Les Clary. You probably want to think of them as Commander Solo and Chekhov on the Starship Enterprise. They work the board.
They work the board. Make it happen.
And Don would be like Spock, and I'd kind of be a Captain Kirk, always getting us in trouble.
Yeah.
As here comes the Canyon Lake Hawks.
I think you look more like Uhura.
Well, I don't know about that one, but I can see the Spock element in Don.
Not in this day and age, Don. Not in this day and age. Well, the Canyon Lake Hawks just came out on the field, ran through the tunnel, the cheerleaders and the Emerald Dancers out on the field. So it is check time. A lot of people will say this about Canyon Lake. They're 7-0, but who have they really played? I've heard that for 2 weeks now, and I'm telling everybody that's listening out there, Fredericksburg is not the 3-4 team you think they are.
Well, and if they come into this game thinking, hey, we're 7-0 and they're 3-4, then they're apt to get a first loss on the board, because they got to take this team seriously. And Fredericksburg always comes out, plays a disciplined brand of football, and you can expect that. It's just
Fredericksburg always has competitive teams in this one school town. They're not they're homegrown boys and girls. They don't come in from Plainview. They don't come in from somewhere else. It's homegrown kids, homegrown families, and to be competitive every year in and out volleyball, basketball, track, especially girls track. Holy cow! That bodes well for Fredericksburg. So. Be a good game tonight, so roll up your sleeves and get ready to hear a game. And I'll predict it like I did at Blanco. This will be an old-fashioned Texas Hill Country slobber knocker of a game.
Yeah, so Fredericksburg has come onto the field, and they're getting set on the sidelines. They've got the color guard that's out. They'll be bringing that on in just a few minutes. We'll get the national anthem. We'll bring that to you as it transpires out on the field, so you'll get to enjoy that. And like I said, it's a beautiful night for football.
Spectacular.
And it couldn't get much better than this, and we're looking forward to it. And I see the bands are both in place, and I got to believe we're fixing to have the national anthem in just any moment.
Absolutely. Well, I want to give a quick shout out to my study group in Smithson Valley High School and the incubator program down there, as they're doing an entrepreneurship program that I'm a part of as a mentor. And really proud of those guys. Just got to know them last couple of weeks, but they got some invention work stuff started, and I hope they're listening out there. They said they would. So shout out to my boys out at Smithson Valley.
It's good work, Corey. Glad you're involved.
Team captains out here tonight will be for Canyon Lake. Let's go ahead and get the Fredericksburg team captains. Number 64, Dalton Keener. He's a sizable man looking downfield.
You can't see the other guys until he steps out of the way.
And number 23 is also going to be Tucker Klein. And we can't see all the numbers as they're turned a little bit sideways. Number 24 is the other team captain, Elias DeLong. Team captains for Canyon Lake will be number 20, Tristan Chacon. number 2, Grayson Lee, number 30, J.T. Green, and number 21, Trenton Lorette.
So they're going to do the toss here as they come to the center of the field. We're getting to listen in. They got the referee mic. We'll bring that up for you. You can hear him.
It is heads. Fredericksburg, you've won the toss. Fredericksburg has elected to receive. Which direction would you like
So
to
Fredericksburg will receive, and Canyon Lake will receive the ball in the opening kickoff of the second half. And we'll see what Fredericksburg's bringing to the table right off the bat. The quarterback will be none other than Brant Bowers, number 11, and he's got a cannon on him, so he'll put that to use early here in the game, and we're about to get underway.
Well, nothing more than Fredericksburg would like to do is get on offense first, strike first, get first blood. Don't let Canyon Lake grind out a 5-6 minute drive, and so that's what they're going to attempt to do is they elect to take the ball first. As I said, the color guard is getting ready to take the field. Teams have lined up on each sideline with their helmets off, and we're getting ready to present the colors.
Got a full house tonight on the Fredericksburg side. People still filtering in a little bit. Canyon Lake is traveling well tonight. It's an important game for both teams, as we mentioned. Fredericksburg was 0-2 in district. Canyon Lake is 2-0. And these games will have different seed meanings within the playoffs. And we'll get into the little bit of the forecasting of possibilities into the district that will play right off the bat. And that will be district number 13, which is, I believe, Bay City. Bay City and Sealy and that group in there.
Yeah,
write this number down here. We're going to be giving some stuff away tonight. And you'll want to have this phone number because we're going to give away Meemaw's Tacos, some golf, some cups of coffee around town. That number is 210-246-3345. Again, that number is 210-246-3345. Write that down. I'll give you one more shot at it.
It's also on their computer screen. If they're at home and listen on the computer, they can see it on their screen as well.
Absolutely. 210-246-3345. Put that number down. We'll be giving away a lot of good stuff tonight. Don Chientes, Italian Guard, Rebecca Creek Golf, Lily's Java Pad, and hey, Bow Hunter's Barbecue and Meemaw's Tacos. Don't want to miss out on Meemaw's Tacos. I had 3 the other day.
And it looks like they're going to the Fredericksburg Youth Choir is going to be singing, so we'll listen to them bring us the national anthem.
Spangled Banner by the Fredericksburg, what would appear maybe the elementary youth choir.
Yeah, it looks like maybe elementary, junior high youth choir, but they did a nice job. Had a little bit of feedback. They were trying to get them mic'd. That'll happen to you, but they did a nice job.
And the color guards are walking off the field at this time, and everybody remains standing until the colors leave the field. And we appreciate everybody listening out there tonight. And don't forget to get that number. And when you call in to win a prize, make sure you include your name and who you are. Very muy importante that you do that.
That was Spanish.
Wow,
Very,
that was
very.
We're in
nice.
German country too. That's incredible.
Habla Espanol. We're coded here.
Well, I'll give
you
you
can
those.
turn on your closed caption, man.
I'll give you the teams over in that district for 13A. It is Brazosport, Columbia, Sealy, Bay City, Fulshire, and Needville. The team of note is number 8 ranked in the state is Sealy, so that you would expect that they would probably come out of there with that number 1 seed at this point.
Well, we're about to get underway. Teams taking the field. Canyon Lake dressed in all white. Their away uniforms, the green helmet, gold letters. They call them the Dreamsicle uniforms. They recently won some kind of poll in San Antonio Express as the best-looking away uniforms. Something to that effect. I'm not sure about that. But here comes Big Red and Fredericksburg. They are all dressed in big red, and they are red from tip to toe.
There's no mistaking on who's on which side.
Absolutely not.
Tonight.
And here comes back deep to receive the kickoff for the Billies will be make that number 17, 3, and number 8. That's going to be Hobbs, Gary Sorolla, and Jarrett Beard kicking the ball off the 40-yard line for the Canyon Lake Hawks will be number 19, Nash Young. And we're about underway. All right, folks, here we go. It's going to be a hard game for both teams. Somebody's going to have to come away with a win tonight. And the Hawk fans up on their feet as their tradition continues. Here's a kick all the way down, taking about the 5-yard line, making the 10. He's out to the 15, the 20. He gets, oh, there he goes, wide open. Serba on the carry, number 27. He'll get it out to the 40-something yard line. And number 27 on the return is William Serba, the senior running back. And he almost broke one loose. He was tackled out of bounds by Jacob Neal. So just like that, the Fredericksburg Battling Billies, they'll have first down at their own 41-yard line. And here comes Big Red. Cody Klein playing one of the corners to start the game off. It'll be a run play. And big hole to the right side. And Brandon Robinson on the tackle with Sean Pendleton. Big pickup for the Billies. 7 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 3.
Just a basic sweep off the left side, handoff to the tailback, and he had a big hole out there, got a good kick-out block by his tackle, and he had a nice hole to run through as he picked up 7.
Shotgun formation, deuces right and left, and number 3 in the backfield, that's Hobbs. It's going to be passed out in the flats to Hobbs. Here comes Grayson Lee, the linebacker. He misses him and is caught up, and big gain of about 6 yards by number 3 on the pass out in the flat. That's Price. They'll get it out to the 45-yard line. Canyon Lake first down at Fredericksburg. Here comes number 27, Serba.
I just said they had Hobbs flared out to the right. He good recognition by Lee. He just overran the ball, was not able to make the tackle. He had him stopped for a yard loss, but he was able to break it free for the gainer and the first down.
Here comes Bauer. Here takes a snap. It's going to be Serba right up the middle, and he's submarined and still on the ground pushing forward across to the 40, about the 41-yard line. He's brought down by number 60, Duke, 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Inside lineman, you've got number 60, Hudson Duke. You got Alex Harden on the right side as your defensive end, JT Green on the far side. And your linebackers again, it'd be Neal, Brandon Robinson, and Grayson Lee. Motion comes Billies. It's a fumble on the play, and there's a scramble. And, of course, both sides say they have it, but let's see who comes up with the ball, and it's going to be the Billies. Bobbled snap. Number 11 will get the ball, and that's going to be Brant Bowers, the quarterback.
He's going to lose a couple of yards there. The defense collapsed very quickly, got great penetration on top of the fact that the ball was fumbled. But
third down and 9.
Good reaction by the quarterback to save possession.
Deuces left and right. Bowers in the backfield. Canyon Lake showing delayed blitz. And it's not. Here comes the blitz. Bowers flushed out of the pocket. He wings one downfield. And pipped in the last minute pass batted away
by Rivera.
By Nick Rivera with the tiptoe, teeny tiny parts of his finger, if you will.
Oh, my God. And let me just set this up. Bauer rolls out to his right. He's got big pressure on him from Grayson Lee. Grayson Lee is hitting him as he throws what I would do is a ball thrown straight up in the air.
They're going to go for it. 4th down and 9.
Here they come to the line of scrimmage.
Bowers looks over to get a spread call from the offense. The offensive
They're just going to try to draw them off sides.
And he's
they're going for it.
Quick punt and high kick. Canyon Lake just stays away from it. What a great bounce, and it's going to be down inside the 1-2 yard line. Number 11 with the high kick, and that will be Bowers. He pokes one and gets about a 25-yard roll for the Billies.
I had a great roll on it. Going back to that third down play, great recognition by Rivera. The ball was thrown just almost straight up in the air over on the right sideline. The receiver had gotten behind him, and Rivera was able to just reach up and poke the ball away at the last minute. That was a big saving play, but great short punt. Get them down pinned deep, and Canyon Lake will start at their 2-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10, Canyon Lake at their 2-yard line. Here comes Peyton McMullen up to the line of scrimmage, and immediately there's a jump on Canyon Lake's offensive line. That's going to be on number 77. That's going to be netting. And I can tell you that's not what Coach wanted, but you're not going to get a 5-yard penalty. You're going to get a 5-inch penalty on that one.
Yeah, you're not gonna go much backwards. You don't lose a lot of yards, but it just puts you right up to you're taking the snap inside your end zone. And that's the tough part. Obviously, the lineman a little jumpy, ready to get out there and make that block.
Chacon at fullback. Here comes Peyton McMullen up to the line of scrimmage. It'll be Chacon dive play right up the middle. He'll get maybe to the 3-yard line, maybe the 4. It's a big pile there. Take your pick on the tackles. And they'll get him out to the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
And this is where Chacon is taking over those duties from Jacob Ruff, and is doing those hard yards right up the middle.
Here comes Canyon Lake up the line of scrimmage. Backside trap, and Jacob Neal, we talked about him getting the ball, and he got the ball that time. He'll get out and cross about the 8-yard line. Pick up a 4 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3, according to the markers over here.
This is a big down here for Canyon Lake. I mean,
in comes Lorette, out goes Rivera. You're right.
Certainly don't want to do a 3 and out and really have the field against you. So we'll see what they do right here. They as they come to the line of scrimmage.
Chacon in the backfield. Here comes the blitz, and they get Lorette in the backfield. Loss on the play, and Big Red steps up, and Canyon Lake will have 4th down, and they'll have to punt the ball deep behind the shadow of the goalpost.
That's one of those plays right there where they had Lorette coming in that, trying to do that backside trap, coming from that slot position. And I tell you what, you got great penetration by Fredericksburg. It's a play that I think normally they would just hand it off to Ruff right up the middle, but they don't have Ruff tonight, and they chose a different option. Here comes the punt.
And Lorette gets a rugby-style kick. It's going to take a huge bounce. It'll be taking it out the 48-yard line. Canyon Lake comes down and tackles him. That's going to be Nathan DeLeon on the stop. Number 8 on the return, Jarrett Beard.
Brandon Robinson also got a hand on a foot, and I think that also tripped him up as well. So good coverage after a punt. Tough place to be, but they got it out of there, and they'll set up shop here with good field position as they're inside Canyon Lake's territory.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Billies, basically where they were a while ago before the fumble and the turnaway by the Canyon Lake defense. So it'll be 1st down and 10 Billies. Here comes Serbian. He's with Bowers in the backfield. We've got Tripp Wright for the Billies, and they go into a double set. So there's nobody in the backfield for the Billies. It'll be a passing situation. Serber goes in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to the right side. There goes Serber. He's got some room to cross the 40 and across to the 45 to 35-yard line. And Serber with the carry. That time, Serber tackled by Nick Rivera and number 62, Pendleton. And he'll pick up about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Ball right on the 35-yard line of Canyon Lake.
Lorette also came up and forced that run from that free safety position, and kind of holding his hand a little bit as he stays in the game.
2nd down and 4. Another jet sweep. It's going to be a keeper by Bowers right up the middle, and he is hit by number 8. That's going to be Jacob Neal. They'll get across the 30-yard line down to about the 27. It'll be first down for the Billies. That was a quarterback RPO from the start, gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, I think it was an intentional fake on that jet sweep to Serba, and he just took it right up the middle to get the first down.
Hobbs Price in motion, jet sweep this time, big hole, and takes the corner, and Hobbs gets all the way out of bounds, and number 2 on the push shot is going to be Grayson Lee. And Grayson Lee, he's a pumped-up man, and he gets Hobbs out of bounds, but big gain by Hobbs. It'll be second down and 1. The ball is going to be at the 16-yard line. So it's going to be second. Oh, they're going to give him the first. I say give him the first down. He earned it.
He did earn it, that's for sure.
They're going to put him at the 16-yard line. First down, Fredericksburg. In goes Hobbs in motion. And it's going to be quarterback keep right up the middle. Jacob Neal on the tackle, number 8. And he'll get down to about the 8-yard line.
Again, he uses that fake jet sweep. He fakes it to the running back coming across the middle, and he just pulls the ball. He's reading the linebacker and which way they go, and it's just a classic option.
Second down and about 3. Ball inside about the 9-yard line. Hobbs in motion. Again, same play. Jet sweep this time, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be open all night so far. And the offensive line for the Billies are taking advantage of the smaller size defensive end Alex Harden at this point.
Well,
so it'll be first and goal for the Billies at about the 3-yard line.
It's really about making the right read on the play. And right now they've not seen this a lot, and they're not handling it particularly well.
Bowers in the backfield by himself. Hobbs in motion. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. Alex Harden on the tackle that time.
Hudson Duke also plugged that hole right up the middle.
Sean Pendleton getting a little bit of the jersey. Gain of 1. It's going to be second and goal from about the 2. So this is where you earn your stripes, as they say. Keeping the opponent out of the end zone after start on the 41-yard line of the Hawks. Bowers in the backfield by himself. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Here comes Serba in motion. It's a run. Quarterback right up the middle. Touchdown. Touchdown. Fredericksburg. The Battle of Billies get on the board here first in the first quarter at the 5:29 mark.
And again, they just ran that option play.
Here comes the extra point. This looks like a swinging gate type play. And they break from that. They're going to go for the more traditional extra point play.
Yeah, absolutely. In that last play, Ian Harden, he took the running back. Quarterback just pulled the ball, and there was nobody on the inside there to stop him.
Fredericksburg has got some big guys on the offensive line. Make no mistake about that. Here comes the extra point attempt by...
And it's blocked.
It's blocked. And it is blocked.
Lorette.
Number 10, I think.
No, Lorette's the one who got it.
21, Trenton Lorette blocks the extra point attempt, and it is no good. So here at 5:29, the Battle Billies get on the board first with a touchdown by their quarterback, number 11, Brant Bowers. They're up 6-0. That's a 41-yard drive after they initially shut out Canyon Lake's starting offensive drive from about the 1-yard line. So at 5:29, again here in the first quarter, the Canyon Lake Hawks 0 and the Billies 6. Back deep to receive the kickoff will be Jacob Neal, Tristan Chacon, and Trenton Lorette.
Lorette was lined up on the left side of the formation. He just came out on he's a speedster, and he just laid out and was able to hit the dive toward that kick and was able to catch it cleanly just off his foot, was able to get the block.
That 41 yards was all running plays, and so this passing team is running a team right now.
Well, right now they're running a variation on a just a classic option, but they're bringing the running back from that slot position back across the line of scrimmage. Hooper's going to make some adjustments on that because right now they're just not making the right choice. There's got to be a second man after you choose the quarterback or the pitch man. There's got to be a second man there in order to clean that up.
Here comes the kickoff, number 10 for Alex Silva. He's just the young man who had his extra point block. He'll be kicking it off. Be interesting to see what Fredericksburg does. they have a lot of opportunities to do kicks, and this one will be a big kick all the way down to the 5-yard line, picked up by Lorette. And Lorette takes the ball, and he'll get across to the 15-yard line, out to about the 16. It was bobbled by Chacon at the 5-yard line.
It's a heck of a kick. It actually, the ball carried all the way to the goal line. He reached up, tried to grab the ball at about the 1.5-yard line. It was just a little above his head. It probably would have been better off just to fair catch it and get the ball to 25 as opposed to try to field it.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10, Canyon Lake at their own 17-yard line. 5:24 to play in the first quarter, down by 6. And we'll see what Coach Moses has dialed up for his offense. Peyton McMullen comes in. Here comes the Hawks offense up to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a backside. Jacob Neal with the carry, and Jacob Neal carries the ball forward. Big gain, 8 yards on the pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2 as Neal gets his full first carry. Ian Royer comes out. That time they had a double tight look for J.T. Green and Ian Royer.
Yeah, he'll bring that in their jumbo package, bring a little more heft on the line of scrimmage to get the receivers in tight.
It'll be 2nd down and 4, gain of 6 on the play. Hand off to Lorette, picks his blockers and tries to get out to the 25-yard line, and he will, but he'll still be about a yard short. Pickup of 2. Number 58 coming in on the tackle. That's Christian Avilés.
He got great penetration out there in that end position and really kind of foiled that play. Lorette just had to try to make what he could out of it.
Fredericksburg's put 8 in the box against the slot T offense, and they're bringing all the guns possible. Big 3rd down and 1 here. McMullen takes the ball. It's going to be up the middle play, and the push on the offensive line. They'll get out to about the 28-yard line, 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains on this side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon Lake first down.
Well, that was a big first down.
Martelli comes in with the play. Nathan DeLeon at center. He'll walk up to the line of scrimmage. Here comes McMullen. Motion in Nick Rivera dive play. It's going to be Chacon. Chacon gets across the 30-yard line, and Chacon will pick up about 3.5, maybe 4. They're going to give him, we'll call that 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 31-yard line of the Hawks. In comes Ian Royer. They'll go the double tight formation again here. Neal in backfield, Chacon at fullback. And there's been motion. That's going to be Neal. We talked about new guys in new positions.
Yep.
That's a mistake we can't have, but we talked about that.
When the ball was coming to him, he knew it. He was just a little excited to get it, and got himself in motion. And that's again, that's going to happen when you haven't played a lot of ball back there in that particular position.
Yeah, in comes 21, Trent Lorette. Double tight formation, flexed out is Jacob Neal. Rivera on the carry. Rivera struggles to get to about the 30-yard line. He'll pick up about 5, but he'll get back to where the ball was a while ago to the 30-yard line. He'll bring up 3rd down and 7. And, you know, you got to believe that the Billies have learned a lot from playing Liberty Hill in the slot T offense, and they remembered that well, so they've come ready, guns a-blazing.
Well, yeah, and they've done a good job of not letting them get that extra yard, right? Tackling really strong right at the moment. Multiple guys on the ball, so they know where the ball's going, and they're ahead of the play.
Here comes the play. It's going to be a pass downfield. Wide open is J.T. Green. J.T. Green catches it at the midfield. He's at the 40, down to the 35, still on his feet, and down the rope he goes, and
they're going to call him out of bounds.
They'll say out of bounds, but J.T. Green wide open all the way down across the 45 to the 35 and out at the 34-yard line. And they'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough. For another Canyon Lake first down.
That was a big play right there, and you kept waiting for that to happen. You know, they got everybody in the box, and we've seen that McMullen can throw the ball pretty well.
It's backside again. Here goes Lorette. He'll get it out to the outside. He's met with a big force of people number 6 on the tackle coming up from the corner position. That's going to be Nathan Cantu.
And
they'll lose about a yard or two on that one.
And big number 8, Jared Beard. He was involved in that tackle as well, with bringing a lot of heat on Lorette, throwing him to the ground.
It'll be second down in 11, lost in the play. In comes Grayson Lee, number 2, the middle linebacker. Canyon Lake's going to have some different, looks tonight as they are shuffling people around. We talked about that in the pregame. It's going to be Jacob Neal right up the middle, twisting and turning, and Jacob Neal, he'll take that backside trap play out to the 26-yard line. They're bringing up third down and short. We're going to call it third down and about 2. In comes Royer again. Canyon Lake will use that double tight end formation here. They do that when they need short yards. Chacon in the backfield. It's going to be a dive play. Jacob Neal runs into his own man and dives across to about the, let's see where they mark the ball. He might have got a yard. It's fourth down.
You're going to put him down around the 25-yard line.
So you're going to call fourth down on about 2 yards. We talked about it earlier.
I mean, there was again right there where he ran into the back of his pulling guard. Again, I think it's just not knowing where that guy is at. His quick guard right there in front of him.
So
he hits the hole in just the wrong spot a little bit.
We talked about it earlier. Coach Moses will go. He's a 4-down guy. In comes Martelli with the play. 4th down and about 2. He'll need to make about the 25-yard line. And there's a flag on the play. We talked about that again. We've said it again. Unfamiliar guys, and they're saying they were drawn off. And let's see what the call is. It's offsides. Flags went up in the air.
There was a lot of movement all over.
There was, so we'll wait for the call. I didn't understand that call.
I think they just waved it off altogether.
Okay.
It's something about
play was imminent.
Some sort of call. They actually
lions and sheep sleeping together.
Well, they actually have the refs mic'd, but in our booth we don't get to hear that very well.
Fourth down and 2. Here comes the Hawks up the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a jet sweep to the right side. There's going to be plenty of room to get the first down and more across the 20-yard line. Lorette, he tiptoes down and into the 10 and knocked out the 6. Trent Lorette on the jet sweep, and I'll tell you what, Martelli had a great block on that, as did Jacob Neal. And that sprung Lorette for a big gain.
I want to give credit where credit is due. I think Chacon is the one that cleared out his guy right out in front of him, and just a great block.
You're right, he did. Good block by the veteran Chacon. So the Hawks will have it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And they've got their jumbo package in this time. Dive play, Chacon, and Chacon gets across. Touchdown! Canyon Lake touchdown. And the Hawks get on the board and even it up with 13 seconds to go. What a drive by the Hawks.
Well,
they had it deep. They took 5.5 minutes off the clock and hit pay dirt.
That's exactly what they needed to do at this point. They needed to answer and keep this game close, not let them get up 2 scores on them, and just keep their head in the game. Made a couple of mistakes on it, but they were able to capitalize. Big play to JT Green.
Huge.
That sprung them out of their own side of their own territory into the
Billies
territory.
Is good.
That's awesome, and then you get the great run by Lorette and blocking by Chacon, and then Chacon is able to punch it in.
It was a good block by Chacon. I stand corrected. I saw Martelli in the fray over there. I know he had to block down on an end, and that big block does go to Tristan Chacon. Well, with 13 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Battle of Billies 6 and your Canyon Lake Hawks 7, and so far as advertised. Well, welcome everybody out there for listening to us, and we're going to have another 3 hard quarters, I can assure you.
Yeah, that's what we expect. We expect this all night long, this bit of back and forth. But I expect Hooper to make a couple of adjustments on this option offense that they've been running. That's not something you see where you see trips on one side, you get twins on the other side, and then you have the tailback coming from basically a slot position on a option play. It's fairly creative. You don't see it a lot, and Canyon Lake hasn't figured it out at this point.
Here comes the kickoff. Nash Young, number 19, Cantu, Serba, and number 3, as we all know, is Hobbs Price. Here comes the kickoff for Canyon Lake. They'll spread out. Beautiful night for football here in the Texas Hill Country. And here comes the kick. The junior pops one way down. It'll be taken by Serber at about the 7-yard line. He'll get across the 10 quick. He's hit immediately. And here comes a whole host of white jerseys, and they're going to drive him down to the ground right out to about the 23-yard line. Ethan Slater, then Kohlberg, and then number 56 on the hit also was Sharp. And that's Nathan DeLeon.
Well, Serber, he's got a really strong lower body, and he's hard to get down. You don't hit him. You hit him once, and that's not going to be enough. And they needed about 4 guys to drive him out of bounds.
It's like running into a keg with your head.
Exactly. Good analogy. That's what I was. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly what you were thinking.
I was thinking.
Right.
Golly.
Here comes the big red machine with the big red front line. It looked like Nebraska out there. Trips to the right. In the backfield is going to be Price, number 3, along with Bowers. It's going to be a pitch option. He goes back and tries to find a hole, and that hole is closed immediately. That's going to be a Pendleton on the tackle. Good game by Bowers. And that will be the end of the first quarter of play here at Fredericksburg Battle and Billy Stadium. Your score, Canyon Lake 7 and the Billies 6.
Well, when you have a couple of teams that do nothing but running, that clock's going to go pretty fast.
That's right. Well, Don mentioned it earlier. It's a throwing team. They come out running. And run they have. They've used the legs of Serba, Price, and the quarterback Bowers. And both scores have come on runs. And Canyon Lake using the little tight end pass to J.T. Green a while ago to open up things just a bit. And that served them well as Canyon Lake got on the board, driving downfield initially at about the 26-yard line. So the Battle and Billies come out, and it's going to be second down and about 5. Let's see where we mark the ball. We're switching sides right now. We'll do a little flip-flop. Martelli comes in at corner. He's your swingman receiver out there. It'll be second down and 5, I guess. Don, what'd you say? Officials having a little conference out on the field right now. Not sure what about. Game's kind of at a standstill. Looks like we'll get underway here momentarily.
I think you're just going to give them the requisite. They changed the sides pretty quick. Just give them the requisite time in between the quarters.
Here we go, folks. Second down and about 5. Maybe call it 6 on that. 2 in the backfield this time. Here comes the blitz, and a big play by number 2, and he'll take the option, and he gave it away. Bowers fed the ball to Serba, but kept it, and he took a dive right up the middle, fooled everybody on that one.
Well,
first and 10 Billies.
So you had Grayson Lee on the linebacker blitz, on the run blitz, coming right up the middle. He takes out the running back and the blocker, but the quarterback wisely pulls the ball on the RPO, takes it.
First and 10 Billies at their own 34-yard line. Here's a snap. It's going to be a run right up the middle. And here comes the Hawk defense, and no doing there on that one. Led by number 4, Brandon Robinson, and number 51, that's Brandon Cassard getting some play time. And they're going to say no gain on the play, so it'll be second down at the 34. Second down and 10 at the 34. Well, at some point, Bowers is going to unleash his arm, trips to the right. Nobody in the backfield. In comes Price Hobbs with the run, and here comes, again, read well by Grayson Lee, and Brandon Robinson, the other linebacker, comes over and mops up. They'll lose a yard on the play that time. It'll be third down and 10, a passing down for the traditional spread offense for Bowers there. But again, if you could run the ball well, why take the chance and throw it?
Well, exactly. That last play, though, was well read by both the linebackers, Lee and Brandon Robinson. They made a nice play on that particular run.
Here comes a big third down and 11. Ball at the 33-yard line. Here's a snap, rushes on. Pockets closing around. Here Bowers tries to get rid of the ball, and he does. He's got a man wide open. And Martelli trips him up and is finally brought down by number 8. That's going to be Neal. Jacob Neal coming all the way over. Big play. He caught Hobbs at about the 35, and he had some room.
You got to give that play to Bowers. Bowers had 2 guys on him. He was able to avoid the sack.
Here comes a quick
got
offense.
the ball out of there.
10. It's going to be a fake dive play. Quarterback down. Pressure on. Ball in the midair going and tipped away by number 21, Trent Lorette. They went to the hurry-up offense. That was part of what they prepared for this week at Canyon Lake. Once Fredericksburg gets the first down, they go to the next play.
Well, Canyon Lake's getting pressure on Bowers, but they've got to make him feel it when they get in that situation. He threw the ball up there, and good play by Lorette coming from behind the receiver was able to punch the ball away over on the far sideline.
Second down and 10 for the Billies. The ball at the Canyon Lake 45-yard line. Hobbs in the backfield. Bowers takes the ball, looks, pumps, fakes right, bubble screen up the middle, and he was down. And he caught the ball in a down mode. That's number 9 on the catch. He caught the ball with one knee on the ground. Hayden Arends. Be a loss of a yard on play. Third down and 11.
Yeah, that's fortunate for them because he faked a bubble screen to the left. It was well covered. Comes back to his right, and the receiver catches the ball, but has put knees on the ground. Of course, that's down in high school football.
Unfortunately, it'd be Hobbs in the backfield with Bowers. Trips to the left. Wilson to the right, pump, looks downfield, plenty of time, zings one across, intercepted! Grayson Lee with the interception, and Grayson Lee still on his feet, and Grayson Lee with the pick. And there's your senior with the middle linebacker, 6'3", probably stretches around about 7.5 feet with them arms, and the Hawks drive a nail in the drive for the Billies. He'll get it back to about the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a nice job of him dropping back into pass coverage into that.
Bowers had all day.
That under zone, and they didn't bring the blitz that time. He had the time, but they had the linebackers fall back into that zone coverage in the middle of the field, and he just reaches up and grabs the ball out of the air. He high points the ball actually well caught by Lee, and with a nice little return.
Big first and 10, Canyon Lake at their own 40-yard line. 9:18 to play here in the second quarter. It's going to be an inside feed, and that's what you call 3.5, maybe 3 yards the hard way. Chacon on the dive play right up the middle. They'll give him 2.
Yeah, Chacon's having to do a lot of that dirty work that we've seen Ruff do it all season long, and he's having to pick up the pace here tonight.
Chacon a little bit more of a finesse runner. Jacob Ruff, obviously, he was the bulldog with a helmet made of a fire hydrant.
A lot of aggression in the way he ran.
A lot of aggression. Martelli comes in with the play. He'll flex out to the left side. Chacon in the backfield. In motion goes Neal. It's going to be backside. This is going to be Nick Rivera. Nick Rivera pushes it back outside, still on his feet, and gets hammered by number 58 on the tackle, Christian Aldez. And it'll bring up third down. There'll be about 1.5 yards. We're going to say, we'll call it 2 yards, Don.
Yep.
Third and 2 at the 48-yard line. Canyon Lake will need to make midfield. Out goes Rivera. In comes Royer. Well, Rivera goes back in. Now comes Neal. Here comes Peyton McMullen up to the line of scrimmage. Chacon in the backfield. It's going to be another backside in. Here goes Lorette across the 51-yard line. The 50-yard line. I was going to say number 21, Lorette. And Lorette gets behind Braden Hodge. They'll get out to the 47-yard line. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon League first down.
Hodge did a nice job coming from that quick guard position on the right side of the lineup and is able to get a nice block. And Lorette, of course, coming through the hole with a lot of force, a lot of speed.
Lorette coming in now, getting a breather. In comes number 2, the middle linebacker, Grayson Lee. First and 10, Canyon Lake.
He is the middle linebacker, but he's lined up as a receiver.
Motion is Neal. It's going to be a pitch out to Chacon. Neal gets a block for Chacon. Right side, Neal tight ropes the sideline across the 40-yard line. And he's finally knocked out of bounds as Chacon got a great block by Neal, number 8. And they're going to mark him out at the 37-yard line. They'll move the chains, and that'll be enough for another Canyon League first down.
You got to see Chacon use some of that speed out there on the edge. Which once he gets that corner, he's a tough guy to get down, and they just have to use the sideline to try to push him out.
Here comes somebody new, Ethan Slater, the junior. He's a little bit undersized, kind of a Matt Adams from last year. Martelli comes in with the play. He'll split out wide past the hash marks all the way to the number with Slater. Chacon in the backfield, and it's going to be a dive play. And Chacon gets across the 35-yard line. And he's finally tackled by number 14 on the stop. That's Hunter Metzger. Chacon will pick up, we're going to call this one about 4.
As you said, Corey had Slater and Martelli out wide, bringing a couple of defenders out of the box and giving a little bit of room for Chacon as he goes off that tackle on the right side of the formation.
6:58 in counting here in the second quarter. Hawks up 7-6 over the Battling Billies. And Canyon Lake brings in Trey Lucero. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Chacon in the backfield with Jacob Neal. Here comes Slater. It's going to be a trap dive play. And here comes number 8, Neal. He'll get a few yards as the big red pile. I'll call that the red wave.
Oh, they didn't move that pile that time. That time they got no.
They got about a yard or two. We'll call it 2.
Neal tends to hit the hole and spin. And
no political implications, by the way, of the red wave.
No red wave. No, we'll say non-political tonight. But Neal goes up the middle. He gets hit 2 or 3 times. He's spinning like a top, but he's not going anywhere. He's like in a constant pirouette.
In comes Martelli and Nick Rivera. It'll be third down and a long 4 for the Hawks. The ball right on the 30-yard line of the Billies. And you got to believe Coach Moses is in 4-down territory.
Well,
again.
Down here on the 30-yard line, he's absolutely going to do that. It's a pass.
McMullen goes out the pass, has a man downfield, and in and out of the hands of Nick Rivera. So Coach took a shot downfield, and he had a man open. Martelli was open also. He chose Rivera in great defensive play. I believe that was number 6 or 14 for the Billies on that. Metzger or Cantu tipping the ball.
Rivera wanted a little bit of he was asking for a call. He got bumped a little bit, but it really, from where the ball was at, he didn't have a great play at it. And,
It'll be fourth down and about 4.
But they are going to go for it.
Here comes Jacob Neal. He'll split out wide. Rivera in the backfield. Chacon. Here comes backside is going to be Lorette with the ball. Lorette pushes, and Lorette gets across the 25-yard line and a gain of 5. They'll move the chains and on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon Lake first down.
So Lorette got the first down. He got whacked pretty good. He's a little slow getting up off the turf there. But he's staying in the game, and we'll see what happens here.
Here comes Martelli in. Nick Rivera will come out. 5:30 to play here in the second quarter. Canyon Lake trying to piece together one of those long drives again. Martelli will flex all the way out past the hash marks to the numbers with Ethan Slater. Dive play up the middle. Chacon, big hold, gets across, and Chacon gets across the 20-yard line. This time he's brought down by number 14 on the stop. Metzger, and Metzger's having a day back there along with number 33.
And I think Jared Beard also came up from that free safety position and really forced the action on that play.
Give our credit also. So it'll be gain of about 7, and it'll be second down and 3. The ball between the 15 and 20. We'll call it the 16 and a half, 17.
When Chacon first broke that hole off the left side, I thought he was going to score because he had a little bit of room there. But again, good pressure, good response from the free safety.
In comes Royer, double tight formation. Backside play again. Lorette gets the ball. He fumbles the ball, but he was down on the field, and
the ball was down. He was stretching the ball out.
And so Lorette, and it was a good call. He did hit the ground. The ball came forward. Gain of 5 on the play, and they'll give it out to the 14-yard line. They'll move the chains after a gain of 4, and that'll be enough. Further Canyon Lake, first down.
Well, as Lorette was going through the hole, he was stretching to make sure he got the first down yardage and had the ball extended out. But the ball did not come out until the ball hit the turf. And so good call by the officials. And here comes Canyon Lake with a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. We got looks like
and
maybe
Coach calls timeout and letting that clock run down, Darren.
Absolutely, and that was Canyon Lake calling that timeout. They want to study it a little bit as they are in good shape. Here's if you'll recall, this drive started on the interception from Lee.
Absolutely.
Canyon Lake is playing a chess match out there. I have not seen the offense where they have to replace players like they're having to do based on all the injuries. And so you're seeing a multitude of players go out. These players are playing both ways. And so you don't want to tire them out just on one side of the ball. So he is doing a very good job of making sure when they do go back to defense that those guys that can start off playing defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Coach, you're absolutely right, Don.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, it's something we knew they were going to have to do tonight is to conserve their players, play some guys in positions they haven't done before. And as you said, Don, a lot of guys going both ways.
Well, here comes the resumption of play here. The timeout is over with. It'll be first down for Canyon Lake at about the 14-yard line, make it the 13-yard line. And if anything else, that gave Lorette a rest for a couple of seconds here. Here comes the line of scrimmage, goes Peyton McMullen. Backfield is Chacon. It's going to be just another dive play right up. There goes Chacon spurting across the 10, and Chacon will get down to about the 5-yard line. Finally hit by number 58, having a big night out there, and that's Alviz. And it'll be second down and about 2.
Again, Chacon coming just off that left side on a quick dive play off the left side. Gets good blocks up front, gets good yardage there. Not happy on the end of that play. Something occurred. He was not too thrilled. He was jawboning a little bit with both the player and the ref, so we'll see how that plays out. Here they come with the ball up the middle.
And same play, different result. In come the number 9 on the defensive stop big time, and that's Hayden Arends. And he stuffed Chacon back for a loss of about a yard.
Yeah.
So it'll be third down and about 3. And without a doubt, this is definitely 4-down territory.
No, not really. He could kick a field goal. He'd take the field goal.
He might take the points at this point. You just never know. But he's certainly going to. He would prefer to punch it in the end zone.
Well, he's bringing in Grayson Lee, number 2, the middle linebacker. He'll flex out, double tight formation. DeLeon comes up to the line of scrimmage. Neal in the backfield for Chacon. It's going to be Neal this time. He finds a gap, and Neal presses forward, and he is pushed back, but did he get forward progress for the first down? Let's see where they mark it. And Neal, he'll get forward after a 4-yard gain, and that'll be enough for another Canyon Lake push down.
I thought Neal was going to score, but he, just a little more upright in the way of his running style, and they were able to drag him back. But he was able to punch it in there and get that first down. That's a big first down and get right there. So they'll have the ball at the 2-yard line as they're looking to the sidelines. Here comes Royer with the play.
Double tight formation this time as 2:13 crosses the second quarter here left to go. Chacon fullback position. It's going to be Lorette. Lorette walks in. Touchdown Canyon Lake. Trent Lorette, number 21, walks in behind Braden Hodge and DeLeon and Weber, who had a monstrous hole there. And the Hawks get on the board here with 2:02 left in the second quarter. All based upon the interception of Grayson Lee back here at the 40-yard line.
Absolutely. Fredericksburg was moving the ball on Canyon Lake fairly well, and just a great play by Lee as he intercepted the ball as he dropped back from that middle linebacker position and intercepted and turned the tide. Here comes Lorette with the kick.
Here's the hold. It's up, and it is good, but it looked like a sandwich, but nonetheless, it's effective. So your score here at 2:02 to play in the second quarter. The Canyon Lake Hawks 14 and the Battle of Billies 6.
14 plays going 60 yards. That is classic slot T.
It absolutely is. It's just grinding. It's keeping the ball out of the offense's hands on your opponent's side,
Yep.
and it's just 3 yards, 4 yards. Mixing in 1 or 2 little things. They really didn't pass the ball on that.
Well,
Don
one
attempt.
Had one incompletion and then one run of 12 yards.
Well, Don talked about that earlier, having the offense be your best defense. He said in the pregame show, and we'll give you credit. I don't want to, but I have to.
Well, that's because I'm the Longhorn. You're the Aggie.
Well, I wasn't the one who tried to move away from the Big 12 and go to the Pac-12. I'm just saying that happened. Kicking off at the 40-yard line will be number 19, Nash Young. Back deep will be the same cast of speedy characters. Number 23 back there is Cantu. And Serbert will be back there. And, of course, number 3, that is going to be Hobbs. All have wheels. Serbert more of the bulldozer type guy, but
Absolutely.
He has great hands coming out of the backfield.
Well, and once he gets the ball and he's got his head of steam, he's a tough guy to get down. You're going to need 2 or 3 guys to bring him down, and they really have to focus and gang tackle there.
And here comes Nash. He'll tap at the 40-yard line. And Nash boots one nice high kick. It'll be taken at about the 10 and about the 15-yard line to the 20. Serba takes the ball, and he's met Brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And that's going to be
Jacob Neal on the tackle along with Alex Harden.
And Daniel Neal down coming off
Daniel
the bottom
Neal,
off the bottom of that pile.
So with about 1:56 to play here in the first half, it'll be 1st and 10 Billies at their own 23-yard line. Make it the 24. And they're going to put that at the 23-yard line. Cody Klein in at corner. Martelli is out. Noticeable changes on the defense. It's hard to keep up with the switches going on, folks, right now on the Canyon Lake side, as Coach has got them playing musical chairs. 1st and 10, Bowers in the backfield, nobody with him. He'll go to a shotgun formation, pitch out to the right side. It'll be a bubble screen. Pass is complete. In comes Nick Rivera on the tackle, and Daniel Neal. Good gain on the play for the Billies. Across the 25-yard line to the 27. Gain of 6.
Swing pass out there to the left side of the formation. Good recognition by Rivera and Brandon Robinson as they bring him down quickly, but he gets 5 yards.
2nd and 4. Run play. Here comes Hobbs, and he'll bounce out of the sideline. Pushed out of bounds by Rivera on the far side. The gain a while ago was of 6 yards, and he picked up 3. It'll be 3rd down, and they're going to say 2 yards. Clock ticking down, 1:24 to go as he went out of bounds and stopped the clock. Price in the backfield, another swing pass out to Price, wide up in the flats. Here comes Daniel Neal laying the wood, but they'll be close to a 1st down.
We'll see that. We'll see that spot. It's going to be close, but I think he's got enough for it. We'll see. It's going to be a left foot, right foot sort of thing here.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't get it, guys.
He's going to be short. 4th down and maybe a half a yard.
He only got a yard on that, so it's 4th and 1.
This is a decision time right here, and it looks like they're going to bring in the punt team. It's just too big of a risk with a one-possession game this early in the game. Even though it's late in the second, they're going to punt the ball away.
Canyon Lake will get the ball back on the opening kickoff. And let's see if they punt it. You never know what Coach Moffitt's got up his sleeve.
Need to call timeout if they want to save some clock.
So we'll see what they got here. They will punt it, and nice kick, spiraling kick. It's going to take Lorette all the way to the 30-yard line. He does a little dance and spin, and Lorette runs into his own man. That's going to be, I believe, Cody Klein trying to give him a break there. But Lorette will get out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. The same spot Canyon Lake had a while ago when they took over with the pass interception for Grayson Lee.
I got to give a little props to Cody Klein right there. He could have very easily had a block in the back, and he pulled up and was able to get the guy on the shoulder pad. While not effective block, at least he didn't get 10 yards tacked on to the back of the play.
Right. Well, it's 1:07 to go in the first half. Canyon Lake up 14-6 as McMullen comes to the huddle. Martelli will bring it in. Big Red Machine gets out on the field. We come to the line of scrimmage. In the backfield, Chacon and Lorette. It's going to be a dive play. And Lorette's going to be the peanut play, and they sniffed that one out. Number 6 on the sniff out, along with number 9 on the tackle. Nathan Cantu and Arends again. Arends having a good game and coming from the middle linebacker position. A big gain of only 3. 45 seconds left to go, and I don't know if Coach is going to let this one just go down. They'll get in Lucero. Looks like they'll go one more shot. Under about 30 seconds to go here now by the time we snap the ball. And here they come. McMullen, Lorette in motion, backside to Rivera. He takes the ball. He'll get about a yard maybe, and that will probably most likely be the end of the first half. 22 seconds left on the clock. 3rd down and about 5. And so they've got timeouts. He's got his hands on Martelli. And switches over to Jacob Neal with 9 seconds, 8 seconds. And they won't get this one off unless they call timeout. And that's the end of the first half play here at Fredericksburg, Texas. Your score after 2 quarters, Canyon Lake Hawks 16 and the Battle Billies 6.
And Coach Drum just happy to get to halftime at this point and decided that better course of valor there was to get off the field and take it to half.
Well, this is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, Voice of the Hawks, coming to you live from Fredericksburg, Texas, as the 3rd game of District 14 continues. And so far, it has been a run offense, for the most part, by the Battling Billies. Kind of unexpected a little bit. They did get into the second half throwing the ball, and the result of that was an interception by the middle linebacker, Grayson Lee.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll take a break, pay a few bills if you will. We'll come back with some halftime stats by Don Holmes, hilltopnewspaper.com, and we'll be back after these messages.
When it comes to championships,
Liberty Hill is going to state in softball. Celebration in Groesbeck for the first time since 2001. The Groesbeck Goats are making a return trip to the Class 3A playoffs.
the Cedar Park Timberwolves in the state championship game.
In top, the Lady Trojans are going back to Austin. They have three-peated Region 1.
Count on us to take you there. This is KMAX Sports.
You may think you can get a good burger almost anywhere around here, but at Baja Barbecue Shack we have a lot more to offer. While enjoying one of our delicious options between Tex-Mex and barbecue entrees, or enjoying a drink at one of our full-service bars, you and the kids will be well entertained by our live music while overlooking the marina, which is one of the best spots in Canyon Lake to see the beautiful sunset. So come join the Baja family. Find us at BajaBarbecueShack.com or give us a call at 830-935-3122. At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-wasted seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306, and we're open daily, and you can find our hours at LuckySportsBarandGrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115.
Hey, sports fans here in Central Texas and around Canyon Lake. If you're in an automobile accident, lock your keys in the car, have a flat tire, need gas, or need someone to come get your vehicle and your family, call the Rabbit, Thumper Auto Recovery, 830-433-1864. Call the Rabbit and it'll come running, family owned and operated by Kevin and Cody Parker here in Canyon Lake, and a huge supporter of Canyon Lake Athletics. Give them a call, 830-433-1864. Call the Rabbit and it'll come running. Thumper Auto Recovery, or look them up at thumpertowing.com. The van
And welcome back to the halftime show, brought to you by Paul Sawyer Septic. Paul Sawyer Septic, the leading in septic systems here in Greater Canyon Lake, and the Martelli Insurance Agency. Halftime stats brought to you by Don Holmes, at the owner-editor of HilltopNewspaper.com. Well, it's been the offense is the best defense for Canyon Lake. We've had an interception. We drove down the field and got rewarded for that. The first drive didn't end so well. The second drive got us our first 6 points on the field. That has kept the typical throwing spread offense for the Billies, which was switched over to the running Billies in the first quarter. And so we've had a tale of two quarters. Here with your halftime stats is Don Holmes. Don, what do you see down there?
Sorry, I wasn't finished there, Corey.
We got to be on cue, you know.
Well, I know your cue went a little bit.
He's still ciphering over there.
It's kind of like a cue ball. You didn't give me enough time to get my 8-ball out there to make a shot.
Well, you know, you know when you're here, right? You got to be on your toes.
Well, I was on my toes. That's why I got turf toe, friend. Anyway, so we have the Billies with 94 yards, Canyon Lake with 154, 6 first downs for Fredericksburg, 9 for Canyon Lake. The Billies ran it 14 times for 61 yards. Canyon Lake 26 rushes for 117 yards. The Billies had 5 completions on 8 attempts and 1 interception. Canyon Lake had 1 completion on 2 attempts. Canyon Lake is out past them. We have 37 yards to their 33. They punted twice for a 37.5-yard average. Canyon Lake has punted once for 41 yards. There's been 1 fumble. It was not lost by the Billies. And Canyon Lake's been penalized twice for a total of 6 yards, and Fredericksburg not yet. So what you're seeing is a game that's being played pretty much close to the vest for Canyon Lake's offense. Nothing out of the ordinary going on once again, because there's a lot of moving parts that they're having put in that might not be used to it.
They are.
But the good thing here is that there hadn't been any fumbles, and they're keeping their penalties down, which are the two nemesis that can happen when you're doing so much changes of personnel that's not used to it. And you'll also notice they have 14 rushes and 8 passes. And watching the game, I can see that their pass or their line trying to protect their quarterback just isn't very good. And that might be one reason they're doing so much of that of that sweep or that.
Well, the RPO option by Bowers has been effective in the first quarter to get positive yards. Coach Hooper, we talked about, likes to dial it up. He sits back a little bit, figures it out what they're doing, dials it up. And then when they started going into the passing mode, they got some pressure. The one play they didn't get a lot of pressure on Bowers was the interception. He had all day back there. So it was a good play by Grayson Lee coming up with a big pick right in the middle of the field. But interesting stats on that. We outpassed somebody who typically passes 220 yards in the game in the first half by probably 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah, I mean it's that's the funny part of it, and you have to know that they're thinking something because they've seen Canyon Lake with their pressure defense on the offense or the defensive line, and you know that coach is looking at that. That's why you probably see a lot of the RPOs going on is because of that, because that just takes away from it gives them an essential pass play with a guy going wide or him keeping the ball and making the run. But Canyon Lake defense that. They only ended up with 61 yards there. They ended up with less than 100 yards in the first half.
Well, in the formation of the option, I'll call it an option offense, is really what they're running. But they have trips to the one side of the field, twins the other, and you spread the defense way out, right? Your defense has to really cover a lot of ground in order to cover that play. Go back to that play that Grayson Lee made his interception on. You talk about the quarterback having a lot of time on that play. It was the one time they did not bring pressure on him, but they went back and they actually went back into a zone defense with those backers, and that's what allowed Grayson Lee to come hook back into that zone and read that quarterback's eyes, and he went up and took the ball away. So again, good call by Hoop, as the previous two plays he had brought max pressure on the quarterback.
And Bowers got away on one of those and took a nice gain right up the middle. So, well, it remains to be seen. At 14-6 here, Canyon Lake did get a blocked field goal by Trent Lorette. He's kind of been a workhorse tonight. And as a whole cast of characters have come to play for Canyon Lake, as the Hawks have been moving personnel in and out like a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6 act play. I don't know which, but we're seeing athletes in positions we have not seen in all season or quite some time since maybe the
in the beginning of the season we saw a lot of guys in a lot of places. They were filling it out, and that probably bodes well for them, having a little bit of experience, a little bit of game experience as they did play a lot of players early on, and we talked about that. But as they settled in over the last 3 weeks, they really focused on a starting sort of 11 on each side of the ball. And but no, tonight you're rolling a lot of people through there. Don, you got an idea?
Well, Canyon Lake started the game like they've been starting all their games recently. They let the opposing team score the first touchdown, and we got them right where we want them. And now we've gotten our 2 touchdowns after that. So if this plays out like the other games have, Canyon Lake is on their run of unanswered points, and that. It is what it is. We see it. It's happened again. They went down and pressured us. We took us a little while before we get started. Now, we did start on the 1 yard line, which is even more conservative for a slot T team. When you're starting like that, you're doing a play up the middle, and everybody and their dog knows you're going to do that.
Well, that's part of the slot T offense. We here at Canyon Lake Broadcasting, we do know the slot offense, and we knew that he would get inside the 40 and go to 4 downs to get the first down. Coach Moses does that. Coach Moses calling the plays, and not a lot of variety of plays, because when you're getting 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 yards a pop right now, why go into a bunch of plays? Why throw it? And he had 2 drives from the 40-yard line to give us the points on the board. So typical slot fashion.
Well, yeah, but again, picking your spots, right? They hit a big pass to JT Green. He was wide open. He was able to carry the ball down the field, and that set up a play a couple plays later where Lorette actually got some space, and as they weren't crowding quite as tight to the line of scrimmage. And again, you use it wisely. You use it to pick your spots, and I think that's what Coach Moses has done real well.
And it keeps the defense honest, and that's part of that configuration. Well, right now we've got the Canyon Lake Hawk Band on the field and with the flag corps, and a little bit of FYI on the Mighty Hawk Band under Mr. Mark Watley. They are performing tonight. They're going to leave here immediately, go home, get on a bus, and go all the way to Corpus at like 6 o'clock in the morning to do a UIL band tournament.
Wow.
And as I understand it, I'm not very versed in band acumen, but they scored ones on their performances last week, all ones.
Yep.
And so now they're going to be heading to Corpus and to take on a multitude.
All ones is as good as it gets.
It's as good as it gets.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a movie like that called.
But that's dedication. You talk about all these kids that are involved in band, cheer, dance, football. They're all spending a lot of time in those activities, and it speaks to the dedication to those kids that choose to do that. The time commitment
absolutely
to do that, keep the grades up, and be a part and make Canyon Lake what it is and the reputation that it has.
Absolutely, Canyon Lake is on the rise, as we like to say, and it really is. We've come a long way in the last 10 years, and so the accumulation of these 10 years has got us here today, and very proud of our local community. We're also proud of the fact that we have listeners out there who want to win Meemaw's Tacos.
Are you going to give something away?
Meemaw's, you knew it was coming.
Because I'm like, you haven't given anything away at all tonight.
No, Meemaw.
Right?
We'll start off with the Meemaw's Tacos. We'll give out one Meemaw's Tacos at 210-246-3345 to the first one I get. And we'll get some halftime scores also from the other games.
So you're going to say, are you going to say go?
Go.
Go. We're in.
Go. We're in.
All right, first one. All right,
here we
it's
go.
a race. I didn't get a chance to get them to warm up.
As they come in, we're going to go Don Chente, Italian Garden, Golf, and Ladies Java Pad.
Right now, you're saying in
go.
order.
Hit that number.
All right, so let me explain this to you. You better start dialing, and if you get a busy signal, you better hit it again, right? You need to get the text flying in here.
Text fly. Don't call. Just
don't
text
call.
with your name.
Yeah. Text fly. We know it's text to fly in, and we got a lot to give away. Just let me hit that just one more time. What all are you giving away?
Meemaw's Tacos, one gift certificate for $10, and that goes to Michelle Patey. She just won.
It's that easy.
That easy. Ryan Patey just won a Bow Hunters.
Well, I tell you what, look at that. They're flying out. It's flying off the shelf.
The Pateys are flying off the shelf.
But you got Don Chente's. You want that Don Chente's? You got Italian Garden.
Well, that's the same family. The Pateys just racked up some barbecue and some. Russell Moore just got in there.
Well,
he got him a Don Chente.
Michelle Patey won't be cooking for the next week, I suspect.
Look at that! Look at that! My phone's going crazy. Here's Toich, Mr. Toich, the Torch. The Toich got.
There you go.
Some barbecue.
Excellent.
And Gerald Mendez. Gerald Mendez won the. He won the 15% off Italian Garden.
Tell you what, the only name that I haven't heard that I normally hear is it's the coach.
And And Melvis
is calling.
Melvis won some Bow Hunters barbecue. So we'll just have to get rid of him. But Melvis, you won some Bow Hunters barbecue.
Congratulations on that.
Congratulations. And Glenn Foster just won golf, Rebecca Creek Golf Course. Glenn Foster wins the Rebecca Creek Golf Course. And that's a golf outing for two people, 18 holes with cart. Glenn Foster is the father of Jacob Foster. And that's how easy it is to win here at Canyon Lake Broadcasting. And we've got one that goes, we have another winner here. Let me get back here.
Like this is
Uncle Bame won Lily's Java Pad Coffee.
All right. Well, I tell you what, this is a complicated process. I'm going to have you go back and recap.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do
a recap.
Because people, there's a lot of excitement.
Right.
I feel the excitement in the air right at the moment.
It's all been won. We have one more gift to win, but it's all been won. And we'll take a break here in a minute. We'll come back and we'll get into the winnings of the Bonanza giveaway.
So don't go away.
We're going to
recap. We're going to do a recap of exactly what happened.
You can stop right now, but we got some winners, but we have one more thing to give away, so hold on to your horses. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas High School Football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
Hey, if you're looking for a plumbing service to do things right the first time, well, look no further than Cowboy Plumbing Services. Cowboy Plumbing Services, owned by Jared and Sarah Criddle here in Comal County, will come out and do your home or business the right way the first time. Give them a call at 830-214-4133 or give them an email at cowboyplumbing@msn.com. Cowboy Plumbing Services, they'll do it right the first time. Look them up at cowboyplumbingtx.com. Cowboy Plumbing Services, the right way the first time. M36742.
Hey there, Hawk fans. Tired of struggling with parking, long ticket lines, and crowded seats here at Hawk Stadium? Your Canyon Lake High School Athletic Booster Club has the solution. Memberships at Hawk level or higher qualify members for reserved parking, elite entrance, and reserved stadium seating for all home varsity football games. Memberships help purchase gear and equipment from multiple sports and help provide off-campus meals for all of our traveling teams. And $12,000 in scholarships were awarded to student athletes last year. Please join us for this year's Casino Night Scholarship Fundraiser to be held on Friday, October 5th at Goofy's Bar and Grill. For more information, contact us through Facebook or Instagram.
Thank you, and go Hawks!
Friday Night Lights coming to you live. That is us, Canyon Lake Broadcasting, and we are the voice of the Hawks. Make no mistake about that. Let's go over the quick winners.
Let's do this. Let's do a recap.
All right, everybody get their number 2 pencil out in their Big Chief tablet, okay?
That's right.
For
Now, to win.
To win. They won already.
They won.
They won.
But to redeem.
They
just have to.
We'll give them the instructions.
Okay, all right.
All right, so sharpen your number 2 pencil.
Okay, here we go.
If you have that Crayola box with the 64 in it with that sharpener, I never could afford one of those, by the way.
No. But Russell Moore will get his Big Chief out because I know
I know Russell Moore has a Big Chief
he's
tablet.
Got the big and the big fat. The big fat pencil,
yeah. That's the one you used to hit the kid on the back of the chair with in the head.
Yeah, he's got that, I'm sure.
I mean, that's called bullying now, but we're not going to go there.
Yep.
But I know Russell has a Big Chief tablet and a number 2 pencil.
Yep, let's go to the winners. Go to those winners.
Go. The first winner is Michelle Patey, Meemaw's Tacos. Then we have 3 winners for Bow Hunters Barbecue. That's 2 meats and some sides. That's going to be Ryan Patey, Mr. Teutsch, and Melvis.
Okay.
And the winner of the Don Chiente Poblano Chicken Dinners is none other than Russell Moore.
That's a big win. That's a big win.
Yeah.
That's bringing it hard right there.
You know he's going to mop that up with the tortilla.
That is it. Oh, yeah.
Russell will mop his food. I've seen it.
He'll probably go for the poblano
It's not pretty, but he does it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Russell will get into it. He'll get an extra basket of chips. After that, we've got 15% off your next meal. There it goes to Gerald Mendez.
Nice play.
Coach Mendez.
Nice play.
Last week he won some golf. And the winner of the Wreck Creek Golf for 18 holes with cart is none other than Glenn Foster.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the Lily's Java Pad free latte will go to Uncle Bame.
All right.
So those are your winners. We're going to give away one more gift. That's going to be another Meemaw's Tacos. Not now.
Not now?
Not now. But at the end of the third quarter, get ready to dial again because we're going to give away that Meemaw's Taco.
Yeah, well, about a minute before the end, we're going
right.
to tell you start warming up your fingers so that you don't pull a muscle or anything.
That's right.
You're ready.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to clear the board.
We're
going to clear the board. We're going to clear all these texts. Got like 29 texts. And
I like it. That means somebody's
Jill
listening.
Bruner, Dan Peter, Pat Harden.
They were so close. They were this close. They were this close.
So close.
Next time you got to be ready.
Melvis won something, and Grandpa Bill, he's out there still listening. And we're going to clear the board. And the end of the third quarter, we've got the other Meemaw Taco we'll give away later. So y'all just hold on to that. We've got the Fredericksburg band going to give us a little rendition. We're going to tune them in for a little bit and listen to the band.
Well, they're doing something here with the choir over here. This is some sort of a special event night. And of course, the bands are going opposite of us here. So we'll try to bring it to you best we can. And for your listening pleasure at home, we'll take a quick break while you get to enjoy the band, and we'll be back shortly.
give a big round of applause for our Fredericksburg middle school band. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to direct your attention to the 40-yard line, where the Fredericksburg Middle School choir members are going to be singing for you tonight 2 hits from the Jackson 5. I Want You Back and ABC. Soloists are 6th graders.
Well, that was a very abbreviated performance by the Fredericksburg Band, so we will take a couple quick breaks here and be back in just a few minutes. And hope you enjoyed that halftime show, and we'll be back in just a moment.
When it comes to championships,
Liberty Hill is going to state in softball. Celebration in Groesbeck for the first time since 2001. The Groesbeck Goats are making a return trip to the Class 3A playoffs.
The Cedar Park Timberwolves in the state championship game.
In time, the Lady Trojans are going back to Austin. They have three-peated Region 1.
Count on us to take you there. This is KMAX Sports.
At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the Big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-wasted seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306, and we're open daily, and you can find our hours at luckysportsbarandgrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115.
Hey, if you're looking for auto recovery service here in Central Texas and around Canyon Lake, call Thumper Auto Recovery, family owned and operated by Kevin and Cody Parker. Thumper Auto Recovery, don't fear the rabbit. Dead battery, out of gas, accident, lock your keys in the car. Call the rabbit, and they'll come running. A family here in Canyon Lake that cares about you and your family. 830-433-1864. Because it's not when you hit a deer, it's how many times. Thumper Auto Recovery.
Like Broadcasting back on the air, coming to you live from Fredericksburg, Texas, home of the Battle of Billies, where the Canyon Lake Hawks come up on top after 2, 14-6. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks, an affiliate of KMAX Sports, bringing you live coverage for all Canyon Lake sports all year, all day long. I'm Corey Martelli, Darren LeSturgeon producing the show. Don Holmes is our statistician and owner and editor of the HilltopNewspaper.com. Tonight's game, interview stats and facts and yardages and all kinds of goodies. Don will have that on his website tomorrow.
But not at 8 a.m.
But not at 8 a.m.
Okay.
You have to wait for the pictures.
All right. Very
so
good.
Canyon Lake Hawks come out here, and their best offense is their best defense, keeping the high-flying, well, it used to be high-flying, Billy offense. They started off with a lot of runs, and now they switched over to the pass. That resulted in an interception by Grayson Lee. The Hawks have been doing 3.5, 4.5, 2.5, grinding it out as we talked about, and they'll continue that modus operandi as the mean green turf grinding machine continues here for Canyon Lake. The Billies, uncharacteristically, we've got into passing gear and got
well, they got into
downfield.
They got into running gear.
They got into the passing gear late, but the running gear first, and that resulted in an interception we talked about several times here already. So,
well, you know what I'm looking for as we get ready to get this underway. We got about another minute on the clock as the teams are now getting ready, warmed up down in the end zone space, getting ready to fill their tunnels up and stream onto the field. But what I'm looking to see what Coach Hooper does relative to the defensive realignment to that run pass option sort of play that we've seen the Billies use fairly effectively and really led to their first score. Canyon Lake had a hard time sort of adjusting to it, and
here comes your Canyon Lake Hawks out on the field, but you're right.
I want to see what Hooper does relative to that, see if he makes the adjustments to contain it.
And, we'll get the ball back first, and Hooper will have a lot of time to think about that. And I know what happened during the halftime, as anybody knows, and anybody can tell you. They got a lot of free coaching down there, don't you know it, as the Fredericksburg Billies come on to the field as well. Both teams on the field, and we want to give a special shout-out to Howard St. John and Micah St. John for blowing up the Hawk Tunnel, and they do that religiously without question every year for every game. And, grateful for them. They don't get enough accolades for that. But
Corey, I got a couple scores around the district for those that are listening, maybe not able to get to them. So the Lampasas Badgers are at halftime against the Taylor Ducks. They're playing in Lampasas. They're up 21-0 on Taylor at this point at halftime. Coming in the Liberty Hill Burnett Bulldog game, Liberty Hill Panthers are playing at Burnett, and they're up 20-12 at halftime. So a tight contest. It was last week before Liberty Hill broke away. So we'll see how it goes there. And of course, you've got the score here.
But you have to understand, Burnett and Liberty Hill hate each other like Canyon Lake hates Wimberley.
Well, they'll give it to us. Right now, we've got a kickoff here by number 10 for the Battle of Billies. That'll be Alex Silva. Back deep is going to be Lorette Chacon and Neal. And they've been known to do an onside kick or two.
Absolutely.
Beware, people.
We've seen that before, and Canyon Lake needs to be on their toes here.
He's got the ball teed up kind of in a weird angle. Coach has got his hands team out there.
But I heard Coach Green really coaching his team up before the game. He was telling them, hey, look, they're probably going to do one or two onside kicks, so you have to be ready for it.
So here it goes. Teed up at the 40-yard line is the Billies. And the Hawks, with intrepidation, wait for him to kick, and he does. A nice kick downfield. This is going to be taken by Lorette, and it'll go out of the back of the end zone. So Canyon Lake will have it at the 25-yard line. Nice play by the senior. Let that ball go right by him.
Absolutely. It was one of those things. He was thinking about fielding it, but made a wise choice as the ball was kicked deep into the end zone.
Well, Canyon Lake will have it first and 10 at their own 25-yard line to start the second half play here in Fredericksburg, Texas. It's the game 3 of District 14, and we'll keep you up to date on the other games around the district with playoff implications and seedings as the time goes by. Here comes the Hawks up to the line of scrimmage. Peyton McMullen under center, the sophomore quarterback, and it'll be just a dive play right up the middle, and that's going to be Lorette, and he fumbles the ball and picked up by Nick Rivera. Ooh. Wow, that was a comedy of errors. Lorette got through the line pretty well.
That was Chacon.
Chacon, I'm sorry, and the ball went forward, and they dove on it, and let's see where they marked the ball. Finally, the Rivera got on the ball. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field. That'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down.
That was a fortunate play that Rivera, he first tried to pick it up, getting hit at the same time, but he fortunately was able to fall on him and recover it.
Well, I don't know what to do. Who gets to run on that?
Fumbled
again. And Canyon Lake has come out, and there's the Billies saying they have it. And
it looks like Jacob Neal's going to come away with the ball.
Jacob Neal comes up with the ball, and I can tell you, Coach Moses is none the too happy. 2 fumbles on 2 plays, and he is.
Who fumbled that one?
I did not see the carry. It looked like Chacon or Neal. So Canyon Lake fumbles the ball on 2 plays. Royer comes in, and Royer's one of the unsung heroes of that Canyon Lake offense. He comes in as a blocking tight end most of the time. Count his as a fifth tackle or the 3rd tackle. Here comes the dive play. It's going to be Chacon this time, and he gets all the way out to about the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 7.
It's going to be third down.
Third down and about 7.
That time they reverse field, go off the right side of the formation. They run 3 plays on the left side straight, and this time they go off the right side of the formation. Chacon doesn't find a lot of room there.
Well, here comes Royer. He'll come in. Outflex, that will be J.T. Green far out past the numbers with Lorette. Chacon in the backfield. Usually a passing, and it is. It's a passing one to Lorette. Lorette takes the ball in an uncharacteristic bubble screen effort, and I don't think he'll be close to the first down.
Yeah, he picked up he needed about 7 or 8, and he ended up picking up about 6. So I think he's a little short.
Yeah, here comes the punting team for Canyon Lake in an uncharacteristic throwing down for the Hawks. But there was room out there. He just great tackle by the defensive back. I believe that was Hobbs out there. Here comes Neal with the punt. Good play by the Fredericksburg Billies, stopping Canyon Lake in their opening drive after 2 uncharacteristically fumbles right off the bat. We talked about mistakes with these new people in the positions, and timeout has been called. Yeah, they had a play up their sleeve, and I'll tell you what, number 14 sniffed that out, Hunter Metzger, and that's a play that they had worked on for a while, and they're blaming the line judge on that one.
Yeah,
so
because
what happens is, go ahead, Don.
Well, the other ref went and stayed at the center line waiting for another sub to come in, and he just stayed there, which allowed Fredericksburg to see that we had our stooge, our player that was invisible on the sideline.
They're talking about it right now. So what happens is, let me reset this real quick. Our player comes over the sidelines and stands there, and the other team doesn't see him. The head judge just stood right by him, waited till another guy to come on there and blew our cover. Basically what happened. So chalk that one up for the refs on that one.
Yeah, the line
coaches
judge
are not happy about it, and I don't think anybody in Canyon Lake is either. Here comes the kick by Lorette, and a nice rugby spiral. Martelli gets down there quick, and that's going to be sharp. And there comes Neal, and Neal makes the tackle on a 5 or 6 or 7 yard return, I believe, netting on the tackle too. And it's getting a little testy down there already. And number 8 on the return with that is going to be Beard. And the Beard family, whole bunch of speedsters in that family tree.
Well, we've seen him play that free safety position, and he's certainly made an impact on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
Absolutely.
That's a 42-yard punt, guys.
1st and 10, Fredericksburg at their own 20, we're going to call it the 23-yard line. Here comes Bowers up to the line of scrimmage. In motion, Serba. Bowers will keep it back to the old run option. Bakes across the middle, across the 40-yard line. He's got open pastures, and he's down the sideline he goes. What a great play. There's a flag back at the 45-yard line, and they're going to bring this one back.
I tell you what, there was a block, I think in the back, or an illegal block or hold, but the block took out 2 players.
That's why he ran so far.
on Canyon Lake, Rivera and
Lorette,
yeah, sorry. Drew a blank there for a second. Lorette coming from the free safety position, trying to track him down, and so it looked like it's going to be a spot foul.
It'll be a block foul, spot foul, block in the back, so they'll go against the Billies. Now, here's the interesting thing. Did he make the first down before the penalty?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so now they'll mark off the penalty, but they'll give the Billies the first down, and they'll be at the 35-yard line. And a lot of people don't understand that one. It is a spot foul, so if you make the first down, you get the first down, but they bring you back. So it'll be Serber in the backfield with Bowers, deuces left and right. Defense is really spread out. Usually run right up the middle, but it's a quick pass. And in and out of the hands on the far side of the field, number 8, that's Beard. He'll stop the clock here in the third quarter, 9:56 to play. So Coach Moffitt has got his offensive team wound up, and I'm sure they got what we call free coaching at halftime.
Well, they're in that widespread formation most of the time, and out of that running plays as well as bubble screens out of it.
Bowers in the backfield, shotgun formation by himself. Serba in motion, coming up to a block. It's going to be a run option. Bowers rolls outside, looks downfield. Here comes some pressure. They're on him. The ball goes downfield. He has a man wide open, and pass complete. Number 15 on the tackle, but number 2 with the reception all the way downhill is Hastings Williams in a blown coverage, and here comes the hurry-up offense of Fredericksburg. Good play by Bowers as he was under pressure. Here comes another kind of a wildcat formation. Number 8's at quarterback now. That's going to be Beard, and it's going to be Beard right up the middle, and he'll get a few yards, and that's what Billies like to do. They'll get a big play, run up to the line of scrimmage, catch a defense napping on the job, and they'll get a play off, and they do, probably a gain of about 3.
Well, Bowers made a nice play on that previous play. He had pressure on him. He was able to rolled out to his right, he actually found the backside receiver that came across the field on a deep post pattern and was able to catch him behind the defensive back.
Yeah.
Rivera made a play to pull him down. Here they come to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes Serba in motion again. It's going to be in run option. It's going to be a quarterback keeper right up the middle. And Bowers takes the ball, and he'll get a few yards. He's going to be tackled by number 62, and that's going to be Pendleton, the sophomore. He'll get out to the 19-yard line. Bring up third down and about 3, maybe 2.5. But it's the time Bowers bought scrambling to the right side to get that pass downfield. And I got to believe Canyon Lake had a little bit of a blown coverage. Here we go. Third down and about 3. Ball at the 19-yard line of Canyon Lake. Serba in motion. It's going to be a run-pass option to get him in. Here comes the play. And here Hudson Duke met Bowers right at about the line of scrimmage. He might pick up a yard. Let's see where they mark the ball. Duke, 6'3", 250-something pounds. Out comes Pendleton. It'll be fourth down and about 1, so we're just about right on that call. Obviously, they'll go for this here deep in Canyon Lake territory. Serba in the backfield with Bowers. And that behind that big, huge red line. And quarterback sneak, and they get the first down. Good call by Coach Moffitt on that play. It was just a quarterback sneak.
A little bit of confusion back there. Once Lee chose which gap he was going to shoot, quarterback took the other one.
Yep. So first and 10, the Billies at about the 13-yard line. Here with 7:36 to play in the third quarter. The Billies looking to even things up. Serba in the backfield again by himself. And again, motion comes. Here comes a blitz. And Bowers looks downfield, rifles one, and has one. And he caught the ball. It was a completion. Lorette on the defense, number 5 on the catch. That's going to be Joshua Hanley. And it'll be a second down and about 2 after gain of 8 on that pass. Little quick slant, hard to defend.
Well, he
got a gun like Bowers.
He also had a full-on blitz coming on him. They left Lorette on the island in coverage.
Trips to the right. Here comes Bowers with the run, and Bowers takes the ball, and he gets hit and brought down. He'll get a couple of positive yards. He'll probably get the first down. Let's see where they mark it. He's brought down by Grayson Lee and J.T. Green. Let's see. They're not moving the chains much, so it's going to be a third down. Gain of 1 on the play. They've got to make.
They have to make 1 yard.
They've got to make a yard here.
They got to get to the 4
yard. Ball's at the 5.
5.
They got to make the 4. And they spread out the defense again. Serba in the backfield again with Bowers. And they try to get him on a quick snap to get an offside. Hawks didn't bite. And here comes the next play.
That's time.
And timeout was called right in the nick of time as they just barely avoided a delay of game call by the Billies. And Coach Moffitt came out there screaming, timeout, timeout, timeout.
Well, they had the receivers. They had twins on each side, but they were stacked like you typically would see in like a little bubble screen out to the wide receivers, where the one guy steps back, you throw it, and you had them set up that way on each side. But I don't think they like that call this close to the goal line and only needing a yard.
Yeah. Well, they'll have a few seconds to think about it. To be third down and short 1 to get a first down for the Billies here in the third quarter. 6:03 to play. Canyon Lake had the ball to their advantage, getting the open kickoff. Fumbled 2 plays in a row, recovered their own fumble. Uncharacteristic for Canyon Lake to do that. I don't thought I've ever seen them back-to-back fumbles.
Fortunately, they didn't lose the ball, but it killed the drive. Really sort of killed the momentum that they were trying to make happen there. And again, Canyon Lake has been very good at coming out in that first possession of the third quarter and scoring a touchdown, and they didn't do it tonight.
Well, here comes the play. To be third down and short 1. You got to believe this is 4-down territory anyway. 6:03 to play in the third quarter. Sabera and Bowers in the backfield again. Split out offense. Push forward is the quarterback, and he'll just run forward behind the big offensive line. They'll get the first down. So it'll be first and goal Billies at about the 3.
First push stopped him, but his second effort there was able to get him to squeeze it out and get the first down.
So it'll be first and goal for the Billies in the 3-yard line of Canyon Lake. Hawks up 14-6 currently, and the Billies knocking on the door. Well, Moffitt has done a good job spreading out the defense with his receivers and just using his athletic capabilities he has in the backfield, just pushing that ball straight forward. Man in motion. Bowers in the backfield with Serb again. Bowers going to throw the ball and out of bounds, caught, no good. So pass is incomplete. He had a man over there, but in came flying into the fray became Lorette and Neal. Good catch, but out of bounds.
Threw that ball into the right corner of the end zone, and again, just a little long. Again, as you said, his receiver did come down with the ball, I think, but he was well pushed out of bounds by the time he came down with it.
That'll be second and goal from the 3. Stopping the clock at 5:31 of the third quarter. Serba in the backfield. Here's Bowers. It's going to be a quick pitch right side. It's going to be an easy touchdown for the Billies. Caught him napping on a wildcat pitch as the man came in motion, and the Billies get on the board here with 5:25 to play in the third quarter.
Well, that'll go down as a pass completion, but it was nothing more than a pitch right to the slot man that came across the formation.
Kind of like a Tim Tebow.
Yep.
Here comes the extra point attempt. They'll go for the 2 to try to even the score here. And Serba in the backfield. Here comes Bowers, rolls out to the right side, throws in the end zone, has a man, and the extra point is good. We're all tied up at 14. We got ourselves a ball game. So the Billies take the first possession of the second half, and they make the Hawks pay for it. And I'll tell you what, Coach Moffitt and the Billies have to be very happy with that offensive push by Big Red.
Well, as I told you, I wondered whether or not Canyon Lake would make an adjustment at halftime to be able to handle that multi-option pitch play that they've done. And quite frankly, Fredericksburg went to the pass a little bit more there, but I still think they didn't really have an answer for it. And they're getting a lot of room up the middle on that RPO, and Canyon Lake's going to have to figure out what they do there. It's going to be a tough sledding.
Absolutely. Well, back deep to see the kickoff is going to be number 21. That's going to be Lorette. Chacon is 20, and 8 is Neal. And here's what happened last year. Lockett will gamble a little bit. He's 0-2 in the season. He might do an onside kick here because Canyon Lake does not definitely have his best hands up in the middle. And number 10 is their kicker. He's a good kicker. Alex Silva. And let's see what they've got here. The two back people are Rivera, Patrick Allman, and Chance Martelli behind the front line. And see what he does here. 14-14, 5:25 to play. And here comes the kick. And he's going to boot this one downfield. And it's going to be, this time it's going to be taken by Lorette. Fake reverse, and Lorette's got the corner, and he's got some wheels, and Lorette just gets tagged down at the 30-yard line. And Lorette did a fake handoff, and Lorette took it down to the 30-yard line, so if he'd have caught it, at the 25.
Well, he only had one man to beat there. The guy had a fist of jersey from behind. Otherwise, he had another 25, 30 yards out in front of him before he had anybody coming from the far side of the field.
My microphone was off. I'm sorry about that, but Lorette, you're right, Darren. He was gone if he could have broke that one tackle. So it'll be first and 10 for Canyon Lake at their own 29, 28-yard line. In comes Martelli. De Leon gets to the center. Peyton McMullen up under center. Rivera in motion. It's going to be a quick pitch out to Rivera. If he can get a block, he's got some room. There goes Rivera across the sidelines, and Rivera on the jet sweep, pitch out, if you will. He'll go all the way out to the 40-yard line. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down. Well, Rivera's not new to running the ball as Ian Royer comes in. Rivera ran a lot his freshman and sophomore years, and he got up to varsity as a sophomore. But
actually, he was hurt his freshman year. First time he played was on varsity in his sophomore year.
Here's another quick pitch to the same area. It's going to be Chacon, and Chacon This time, the big red jerseys figured it out, leaving the way. We have a down Billy, and he is not getting up. Gain of 1 on the play, but we have a shaken up young man, and he's getting up. But he'll have to take that's number 33, the linebacker for the Billies. That's going to be A.J. Rawls. He was on the ground, and
but is back up on his feet now at this moment. But it is being attended by the medical team, the trainers, and so
with the concussion protocols in place, we don't know. So he will have to sit out at least one play.
And on that particular play, again, it was a sweep to the left. This time, he had a lead blocker out in front of him, but the inside action from the inside backers came up and really pressed Chacon, where he had no place to go. He never got to the edge. He never could get to the edge, and again was forced inside. And
Metzger had it figured out. He came in from his outside linebacker position, and he shut the door along with number 12 on the stop. That's Tucker Elliott. Well, then comes Royer again, so they'll go with the double tight formation. Teutsch in there. The big man playing left tackle up to the line of scrimmage. J.T. Green to double tight end. It's going to be a play. It's going to be this time Lorette. He'll get across to the 45-yard line down. Ooh, there's a late push on the pile. And things have gotten a little testy since since halftime. That's been the second or third push post-whistle. I'm guessing post-whistle. Can't hear it up here very well, but Lorette will get across 46-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. And so Canyon Lake has a big 3rd down here in front of them because they are in their own territory, and I wouldn't think that Coach Moses would want to go.
But he's going to have to call a timeout.
So the timeout, Canyon Lake. Well, they get an important 3rd down call. That's 2 timeouts Canyon Lake has used already here early in the 3rd quarter, but didn't know exactly. I don't think Coach Moses knew exactly what he wanted to call. They had a few players coming in. Royer was coming in. Then he grabbed Martelli, and the clock was ticking down, so they took a good break here. It's a big 3rd down. They don't want to have that ball given back to the Billies with the momentum right now, as the Billies have got the mojo working.
Well, it's one of those things. It's time for for Canyon Lake, if they want to keep this game in hand. They need a signature drive right here, and this is a signature 3rd down that they've got to make.
Much like the Blanco game.
Much like the Blanco game.
Well, here comes Martello bringing the play to McMullen. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Hawks got to get right at midfield to get the first. And we'll see what they got dialed up here. Martello will split out to the numbers along with Nick Rivera. And let's see if they give them anything about wanting to cover those guys. It's going to be Chacon. Chacon, he'll get across the 50-yard line. And Chacon following his block behind Teutsch and Hodge and netting, making a huge window over there. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough. For Canyon Lake, 1st down. Gain of 6 by Chacon.
And that was a nice run by Chacon. He just put his head down and had some nice blocking up front. Was able to punch his way forward past the 50-yard line into the Billy territory.
Rivera split way outside. It's a draw play right up the middle, and they're going to get out to about the 44-yard line is Chacon. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on right now outside. And Coach Moffitt on the other side is not happy, and I know our coaches on our side have been not happy. Gain of 5 on the play.
That was a good positive yards on the 1st down play there by Chacon. I mean, he just put his head down, got a nice block. Had really only one man to beat it, but good run on his part.
2nd down and 5. It's going to be a draw play right up the middle again, and they're going to get across the 40-yard line, and that's going to be close. There goes the flag this time, and the flag went up. And I'll tell you, it looks like the Billies are one with that joy in their heart as the Billies are clapping. We didn't see anything. I'm sure it's been going on for a while, folks. Just to put it that way.
So we don't know what he saw. It was a flag from the far side of the field.
Yeah.
It was as Chacon was being pushed to the ground.
And so it'll be on Canyon Lake. Personal foul. That'll be 15 yards.
It's kind of
Coach
hard.
Drum is now on the field, and
hard to understand a personal
think
foul
that
when
was-
the receiver, when the running back is getting.
Well, I think it was
tackled.
Nathan De Leon. They had been an argument over here in the corner, and I'll tell you what,
It was away from the ball.
it's going to be third
And second and 16.
Second and 16.
No, wait. Yeah, you lose you down. You'll get to keep you down on that.
Well, that's third down and 15.
The dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul and rollout pass. And that's going to be Neal. He'll catch the ball, but he'll be short.
Neal did a nice job of going up and high pointing that ball. He had a couple of receivers crossing.
Yeah, right. And it'll be a pass caught well short of the first down. It'll be fourth down and about 7. Ball at the 45-yard line of. So coach is going to punt this ball. And Rhett will be the punter. In comes Alex Hard. And Netting will snap. Martello will snap. Martello's your snapper. I'm sorry. I was trying to see. I thought Netting was standing over the ball. So it'll be fourth down and about 7. Canyon Lake will get in there to punt the ball. 1:43 to play here in the third quarter.
They're going to take a delay of game because they couldn't get the right people on the field. So it'll move them back to the 50-yard line, where they will kick the ball. Not really a big effect. We'll
More
see
psychological than anything else.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Where this ball ends up at.
So here we go. Lorette will get back at about the 40-yard line of Canyon Lake to take the snap. The up back Ethan Slater. Here comes to snap the ball, and there's a flag on the play. And I think it's going to be against Canyon Lake. And it is. It's going to be sharp move that time. So back, that's 10 yards. Now it becomes an effective, when you get 10 yards, that'll back you up. And what's going on now is a lot of psychological warfare. There's a 15-yard penalty. There's 2 5-yard penalties. And Canyon Lake is kind of reeling a little bit. It's 14-14, 1:38 to go in the third quarter. And Lorette will take the ball, and a nice high floating kid at back of the fair catch at about the 15, 16-yard line. That's where they'll take it. And the jawing is still going on at this point. And you got to believe the refs will take control of the game and stop that at some point.
Well,
Hops Price on the
that's a mistake
fair
on Canyon Lake's part. I mean, you talk about the personal foul. That basically killed that drive. And if you keep your head there and you don't play into the foolishness, you keep this drive going.
First and 10, Billies, and they'll be at their own 17-yard line. Hobbs in the backfield with Bowers again in motion. Go the Billies. It's going to be a run option pitch out possibly. Bowers keeps it, finds a seam, gets dragged out of bounds, and good gain by Bowers. He'll get the first down or close to it. Let's really mark that ball at. It'll be a first down for the Billies. They'll get across the 36-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play now.
That was just a pure quarterback keeper off the left side and one of the sort of a wildcat run.
Second down and 1 for the Billies. In the motion goes the Billies. Bowers again with the run right up the middle, shedding tackles, and Bowers gets across to the 40-yard line, making his way forward. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll go up in a hurry-up run. Well, here comes the big red machine trying to put a 0 on the Hawks. Bowers in the backfield again with Price. Bowers takes the ball, and he's going to pump fake, and here comes the run by Bowers. Flag on the play as Bowers gets tackled out of bounds by Grayson Lee, and there goes another flag. And I'll tell you, there's going to be 2 flags, one on the Billies and one on Grayson Lee, giving them the
just not keeping your poise at the end of the day.
He tackled Hobbs out of bounds, and Coach Drum is fit to be tied. And it's all stemmed from about the 5-minute mark, or make that the about 5-minute mark of the third quarter.
I think they're going to get the Billies on a hold out here.
Yeah.
you know, the quarterback is getting free. In this particular play, it was another design quarterback run. Here's the call.
Holding, number 9 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 2 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down. That is number 2's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game. After the penalties are netted out, it will be 5 yards, net going that way from the spot of the hold. First down, Fredericksburg.
Well, there you have it. So it's Grayson Lee, middle linebacker, leader of that defensive squad out there. And that'll cost them 5 yards in the net back this way and forward that way. So it's a 5-yard net gain for the Billies at midfield, 1st and 10. And the Billies have found a rhythm. They've stayed away from the pass, that's for sure.
And they've gotten under Canyon Lake skin.
And they have,
more than anything else.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Billies at midfield. Back in the backfield, 2 people, Serba and Beard. Run play to Beard. He's got some room outside. Here comes Lorette. And Lorette runs him down. He gets away from Martelli and Lorette. And Beard shows his speed down the left side. He'll be out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
And there's a play where Grayson Lee comes in on a blitz and runs past the runner in his aggression to get to the quarterback.
17 yards on the run.
He was finally taken out of bounds by number 21.
That's fine.
No, you don't have.
Correction, the ball is officially being spotted at the 37-yard line.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Billies. Here's a snap. It's going to be a run. Serber up the middle, and here come the Hawks. And Serber plowing forward, getting hit yards after contact. It's about 3. Maybe give him 2 on that one, but it was all Serba. He got hit in the backfield. J.T. Green on the tackle, along with Grayson League and Pendleton. Second down and 7.
You had Pendleton and you had Daniel Neal that hit him in the backfield, stood him up, and he just kept grinding.
You can't tackle Serba low.
No, you cannot.
It's kind of a shotgun wildcat formation. Beard with the ball, handing off to Serba. Serba up the middle. And this time he's pushed back by Canyon Lake. Little Ethan Slater got in under the skin with Neal. And that'll be a loss in the play of a yard or so. And that'll be the end of the third quarter here at Fredericksburg, Texas. Your score, Hawks 14 and the Billies 14. And a meat grinder down Murderer's Row as week 3 comes to play here at Fredericksburg. Well, we talked about that, how Coach Moffitt circled this one on the calendar and said we're going to win this one. And I'll tell you, they came in and got underneath Canyon Lake skin, as you said, Darren.
Oh, absolutely. The Canyon Lake has they really have shot themselves in the foot in this in the last 3 minutes of this quarter. I mean, quite frankly, they've lost their composure, and they're going to have to do something to get it back. Now, granted, they're playing a lot of guys, and a lot of guys have lost their cool, but they're going to have to focus here, or Fredericksburg is slowly taking control of the line of scrimmage.
Yep. And they've stuck with the run, which got them their positive yards and gains in the first quarter. So here comes the Billies. Going to be third down and about 7. Ball resting at the 29-yard line of Canyon Lake. And we'll see what Coach Hooper has got dialed up here. Bowers in the backfield by himself. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Usually they'll send a man in motion on this formation. And here comes Serber, and he does. He'll do a run option there. Serba, big yards on the right side. And in comes for the tackle, number 21, Lorette. He'll be short of the first down. He'll gain about 3 or 4 yards, and right at the 25-yard line. It'll be fourth down and about 2.
Just a thing of note that's actually Hobbs that they have at quarterback. Bowers is not in there. He hasn't been in there the last couple plays. So I don't know if he got dinged up or this is intentional.
Here comes a big fourth down. Price with the ball, shotgun formation. Serba with another RPO. And here comes, and it's going to be no good. They didn't get the first down. Coming up big, stopping is Jacob Neal. And the Hawks defense
and Grayson Lee
stood tall in the saddle and denied
Well, that
was the juggernaut run of Price.
That was a big play there by the defense, kind of stiffening up. Yeah, I think Bowers got hurt on a couple plays earlier, and they were having to run a straight Wildcat sort of play. Hobbs fakes to serve, but probably should have given it. He keeps
Loss
it,
of 3.
and Lee and Neal both meet him in the hole and are able to drive him backwards.
It'll be 1st and 10 Canyon Lake at the 28-yard line of their own. Here comes the play. It's going to be Nick Rivera on the outside. He cuts it back up and across the 30, and he gets hit immediately. And Nick Rivera will get maybe 1 or 2 yards. Let's see what they finally mark him.
I think they're going to give him a 1 yard on that.
Well, that's a long one. We might call that 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball right the nose of the 30-yard line. In comes Martelli. 14-14 you score. 10:50 left in the game. Martelli split wide out to the numbers along with Nick Rivera. McMullen up under center. He'll roll around. It's going to be a pass downfield. And pass caught by Jacob Neal. And Jacob Neal with the reception all the way down to the 47-yard line of Canyon Lake. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down. So 18 yards on the pass play. And Coach Moses trying to get a little levity of having everybody bunch up on the line. They've got 8 or 9 guys in the box. In comes Royer. Double tight formation with JT Green on either end. Neal in motion, backside trap Lorette, and Lorette twists to midfield. And he is upended by number 5, gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to be Handley. And Handley doesn't make that trip up. Lorette's still running. 2nd down and 7.
All night long, they've been one block, one player away from busting a couple of big gainers. You wonder if this defense will ever wear down, because so far tonight the Fredericksburg defense has really come to play.
Absolutely. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at midfield. Here's the snap. It's going to be a rollout pass. McMullen avoids the tackle, rolls out and just throws it out of bounds. And a good play by McMullen avoiding the tackle. Martelli was open as was JT Green, but at the end of the day, he just didn't have the time as the number 9 came around from the backside.
Well, on those plays, on a play like that, it's always about a timing sort of thing, and that the avoiding the sack, the blitzer, the 58 that came off the end, really just threw the timing of the routes and him off, and he was not able to find anybody. Fortunately, he throws it out of bounds.
Yeah. 3rd down and 7. Nick Rivera in motion. It's going to be a backside trap, and Lorette gets a block from Shepard. Shepard clears the way. Lorette's going to come up short. It'll be 4th down at the 45-yard line after a gain of 2 yards only. 4th and 2. Let's see. Lorette comes out here. We got a gain of 5 on the play. So here comes Martelli. Coach is going to go for it. 4th and 2. We talked about him being at the 45 or so. And quarterback keeper, and it's going to be close. They're going to say he didn't get it.
Yep, they're going to call him short.
They're going to call him short. And I don't know if that was a good spot or a bad spot. I don't think Canyon Lake got the ball. They do not. No first down. So Fredericksburg stands up and stops the Hawk ground and pound offense. 9:15 to go in the game. It's all tied up, and it's been a bloodbath down Murderer's Row, as we talked about from the get-go.
Well, it's one of those things that, typically this late in the game, you see the Canyon Lake offense sort of taking the toll on the defense. What I would say tonight, the defense is taking a toll on Canyon Lake's offense.
Yeah.
You see a lot of guys limping around, a lot of hard hitting going on.
Right now you've got a complete change of the secondary for Canyon Lake. We've got guys we haven't seen in all year, and here comes Bowers, and he's going to roll out. JT Green applying the pressure downfield, and pass bobbled and caught. And they're saying he dropped it. They're going to say he caught it, and the referees are one that matters. And that's a reception of about 12 yards for Bowers. Cody Klein there, and Canyon Lake is upset about that one on the far side of the field. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the, we'll call that the 42-yard line of Canyon Lake. And here comes Bowers in passing mode. Beard run up the middle, and he'll get nothing there.
Hobbs.
And Hobbs, I'm sorry, on the run.
Yeah, on that last play, the pass came in. It was certainly bobbled. They're saying he reeled it in. Obviously, a lot of debate over there on the far sideline. But as you said, it's up to the ref, and he's the one that calls it as a catch. So
last time I played football, it was.
Yep.
So 2nd down and a 9.5. Ball at the 41. Here comes Beard. Jet sweep right side, and Canyon Lake, a lot of room over there, and he's muscled out of bounds by Lorette finally. He'll get a 1st down all the way out to the 24-yard line, make it the 23, make that the 27-yard line, I'm sorry. And here comes Fredericksburg. And Canyon Lake has 1, 2, 3 people on their secondary that are not usually starters. Now, Martelli's one, Slater the other, and Cody Klein on the far side of the field. And the coaching staff's taking advantage of that, as they should. Flag on the play as a quick pitch comes out, and
I think they're going to get a couple of guys in both.
Oh, and there's one flag on the play for sure. I thought we had another for a second. It's against the offense. So that'll take them back. It'll repeat 1st down, but it'll take them back all the way across the 30 down to the, we'll call that the 34, I believe, 33-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and about 14. $7:58 to play in the game. All tied up, 14-14. Bowers in his element right now, shotgun. He'll drop back to pass. Here comes the rush. It's going to be a screen. Incomplete. Up the middle. Came Canyon Lake with the rush.
Trying to do set up a middle screen. They obviously let the rushers through. He had to just flip the ball over those rushing defensive linemen.
You're applying the pressure.
And put the ball a little bit too far for his receiver, and it fell to the ground. So that'll bring up a 2nd down in 15-14.
Bowers takes the ball, looks downfield. Here comes some pressure. Zings the ball. Pass complete. And a hit applied by Neal. We'll be short of the 1st down. Just going to make it a 3rd down and a few. Going to be at the 21-yard line. 3rd down and a long 3.
Bring up 3rd down and 3 for Fredericksburg.
Here comes the big front line of Fredericksburg. Bowers, shotgun formation again. It's a run option again, and here they come. And Neal makes the hit along with Grayson Lee, but that'll be a 1st down for the Billies. And the Billies, 7 minutes to go here in the game, putting together a drive for the ages.
As Beard gets down to the 15-yard line.
Tackle was made by number 36, Alex Harden.
It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line for the Billies. Beard in motion again, and it's a run option for Bowers, and he takes it. He's brought down by number 34, Daniel Neal, the replacement linebacker.
And the Billies are giving Canyon Lake a little bit of their own medicine
Loss of about one on the play.
They've been running the ball, holding the ball. We got 6:30 left in the 4th quarter, so clock becoming a factor.
Absolutely. It'll be 2nd down and about 12, maybe 11. Canyon Lake rushes. Here comes Bowers, throws one across the middle. It's tipped. And Kyle Ewell tipping the ball for the Hawks.
And that was fortunate because the receiver was open.
Coach Hooper had guys coming on both sides. So 3rd down and about 11. Here comes a big third down play. You got to believe he'll go to 4-down territory on this also. Bowers rolls, looks right side. There's a screen, bubble screen, and
missed tackle.
Missed tackle, touchdown, Billies. Missed tackle, and a bubble screen out to the right side. Number 8 on the touchdown, Jared Beard.
That was Daniel Neal coming up from that linebacker position, was not able to make that play. And
the extra point attempt will be by number 10. That's going to be Alex Silva. Sorry about that, folks. I had a bug fly on me.
You looked a little scared.
Frightened. 20-14. Here comes the extra point attempt. Here's the rush, and the kick is up, and I believe it is good, and it is. So the Billies get on the board ahead of Canyon Lake here. 6:02 to play in the game. The Billies 21, and your Canyon Lake Hawks 14. So the Billies came to play as we all knew they would. We talked about it in our weekly talk, and it's lived up to the prophecy.
Well, that was a tough drive. Obviously they exchanged the ball back and forth, and once they got the ball at about their own 40-yard line, they were able to take the ball and just control the clock for the last about probably 4 or 5 minutes. We'll get the exact numbers from Don in just a minute, but a little bit of the medicine that Canyon Lake typically is giving opponents this time of the game.
So does Coach Moffitt go for the onside kick? We talked about that earlier, at least I did, and he gets one here. He seals the deal, but I don't think he will. I think he'll put that ball as far back as it will go.
When you got a kid like Silva and how far he can kick the ball, I think you would wisely push this thing down to, like you said, as far as you could put it at this point.
And here comes the kickoff by Silva, teeing up at the 40-yard line. Back deep is Chacon, Lorette, and Neal. And here it comes. And nice kick, and that will go all the way down into the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Canyon Lake. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line with 6:02 to play in the game. The Hawks down by 7. As this is the 3rd game in district, and we'll give you an update on some district scores ourselves here in just a second. In comes Royer with Peyton McMullen with the play as the Billies come out on the field. Canyon Lake's got to score here to even things up, if you will. Royer comes out with Daly on the line of scrimmage. McMullen up to the center. It's going to be a backside to Lorette. Lorette's going to get submerged back in the backfield. No gain on the play. And maybe lost a yard, and they did. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Jacob Neal coming in. Martelli will come in with the play, and out goes Lorette. Well, let's see what Canyon Lake has left in the gas tank.
Really no push on that right side, on the left side of that offensive line where they just ran the ball to.
Man in motion. It's going to be a pass play down the middle. JT Green wide open. And JT Green catches the ball across the 45 down to midfield. And just like that, the Hawks, we're going to tell you he's down at the 47.
Tough spot.
Tough spot.
1st down nonetheless. Here comes
nonetheless. And Rivera will get the ball, and he'll get to midfield this time. And it'll be a gain of 2 on the play with Rivera. But JT Green got a pass off from McMullen. And a little bit juice on that ball, and he'd have been running with somebody hanging on him or bringing down a little further. So it'll be 2nd down and 8, 4:45 to go in the game. Martelli comes in. He'll play tight end opposite of JT Green. Chacon in the backfield with Neal. And it's going to be a rollout pass. Intercepted by number 4, still on the return. And the Billies intercept the ball, number 4, Dax Dietrich. And the Billies are going crazy.
Well, it's one of those plays where a lot of pressure coming from the backside on McMullen. He's rolling out to his right. He probably should have just thrown the ball away. Tries to force it in to Neal, but number 4 is right there. That's Dax Dietrich, and Dax Dietrich comes up with a big pick, runs back across the field. Really doesn't gain anything, but it doesn't really matter. That's a big momentum swing with 4:27 here in the 4th.
Well, Canyon Lake's got to come up with a big stop to get the ball back to try to tie the game. Time is of the essence, and you just know they're going to run this ball as much as possible.
Well,
here comes Bowers up to the line of scrimmage with his offense.
Really, the game's in the balance here in these next 3 downs.
Here's a snap. Bowers is going to look downfield. They won't run it. And here comes the sack. And the ball comes loose, and it'll be about a 6-yard loss for the Billies. And there's some jawing going on down there. I'm not sure who put the sack on Bowers.
I think it was Lee that came from on a blitz from the inside. Was able to get to him, put him on the turf, and knock the ball loose. Very fortunate, big number 55 for the Austin Shepherd for the Billies was able to get on the ball.
3:55 to play in the game, down to 3:50, second down and 16. Bowers in the backfield with 2 running backs. And here comes a run by Serba up the middle, and Serba gets hit. He'll be short of the 50-yard line, being second down and about 12. Third down and 12, I'm sorry. And Canyon Lakes has got to get the ball back if they want a chance. 3:30 to go in the game. It's coming down to the wire. And
Coach Hooper's dialing up a blitz on every play at this point. He's bringing the heat. And on that one, it was a dive play, but he was able to slip past the blitzers, but was cleaned up nicely by the backside linebacker.
Here we go, running the clock out. Down to last seconds is the Billies, sorry. Here's a snap. It's going to be a pass out to the right side, a bubble screen play, and they've got a man caught the ball, and is going to be short of the first down to bring up 4th down. I'm not sure who caught the ball, but Neal was on the tackle.
It was number 9 over there.
I believe that was 5 on the pass, and it's going to be Hanley, I believe. It's going to be 4th down and about 3 or 4.
Yep.
So they're going to go for it and try to seal the deal on Canyon Lake here.
Either that or try to draw them offside.
Yeah, offsides would be my guess. And big play for both teams. So they'll see what they try to do, and they're going to get a punt off the ground. A little pooch punt, flag on the play.
We'll see where this goes. Canyon Lake cannot afford.
21 catches the ball.
Canyon Lake cannot afford a penalty on him.
Coach Hooper's not happy. I think we got a flag on sideline. In other words, we got a penalty on the coaches for sideline infraction, or sideline warning. Well, Canyon Lake will get the ball, 2:14 to go here. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at the own 17-yard line. And this is it. Canyon Lake's got to score and get the extra point to push this game to a tie. And we'll see what happens, folks. Stay tuned.
This is where their money is made right here. So 2:14 left in the 4th quarter, needing a score.
In comes Royer and McMullen. Flexed out is going to be Rivera and J.T. Green. McMullen in the backfield. It's going to be McMullen runs out the pass, catches J.T. Green in the middle, and J.T. Green, the big tight end, he'll take the pass. He'll pick up 11 yards. And they'll move the chains on the far side of the field. That'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down. Stops the clock with 2:06 to go in the game. Royer back in. And Moffitt may go to a nickel package back there. Out goes Rivera. In goes Lorette. J.T. Green and Lorette flexed out to the far side. McMullen. Backside pressure. He has some room. He's going to take off and run. And McMullen, he shows he has some wheels. He'll pick up some positive yards. And 1:35 to go in the game. Canyon Lake's running out to the field.
Need I remind you that
Martelli,
Canyon Canyon Lake used 2 timeouts early in this half, and so they really have only 1 timeout left to help manage the clock.
1:22 to get in the game. Ball at the 27-yard line of Canyon Lake. It's going to be a quick pitch all the way down. Lorette's going to try to get to the sideline. He bypasses one person, but gets brought down a gain of maybe 1, if not maybe 0. Coach Moses calling for Rivera. Timeout has been called. Canyon Lake, 1:08 to go in the game. So that was Canyon Lake's last timeout as we have it. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think that's it. And on that previous play, McMullen probably would have been better instead of gaining the 3 yards to just simply throw the ball out of bounds and stop the clock, preserve about another 25 seconds. But he's a young guy, sophomore. He's learning these pressure situations.
Well, after the game is over, that'll be the end of our broadcast.
We never did give away the Mima's Taco.
Well, we're going to give that away right now, Mima's Tacos.
Next texter?
Next texter.
All right. Get on it, folks.
1 minute to go, and one person will win. The other is Mima's Tacos. So after the game, we'll conclude our broadcast as we all have family out in the field, and they're seniors, and we want to try to spend some time with them. I hope everybody understands. Here we go. Canyon Lake has it 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 29-yard line, their own 29-yard line. 1:08 to go in the game.
The 8 yards is more important.
Out. Jill Bruner. McMullen back to pass downfield. He's got Neal and just a little bit long.
And the pass intended for Jacob Neal falls incomplete.
Jill Bruner won the Tacos as Canyon Lake misses the pass. That'll stop the clock with 1:02 to play. It'll be 4th down for Canyon Lake.
They need 8 yards, guys.
Canyon Lake needs 8 yards, or Canyon Lake's going to have a loss added to their loss column, if you will. Here comes the play. Lorette out far with JT Green. Roll out to the right side as McMullen. McMullen looks downfield. He's got Lorette wide open, and it's pass incomplete. Pass incomplete, and that will be it for Canyon Lake as the Hawks will go down to the Billies. So now the Hawks will have a loss in their column, unfortunately. The Billies will now have a win, and as the 11th game concludes here tonight, Canyon Lake will have a 8-3 up over the Billies, and the Billies score big against an undefeated Hawk team. And Moffitt circled it on the calendar. We talked about it in social media, on websites all week. And this was the game that he wanted to win no matter what.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the game, how would they respond? And, look, I mean, it was a hard-fought game, but Fredericksburg just had another pep in their step tonight. And they came in with a mission to get this win at home.
Well, absolutely. 50-something seconds left on the clock. And that will be a countdown. Here goes. They'll probably have to run one more play. I'm sorry.
And they'll just line up in victory formation and take one more knee, and then that will pretty much do it.
And that's it there. The final score will be Billies 21 and your Hawks 14. And this will conclude Canyon Lake Broadcasting, Voice of the Hawks game of the district matchup. We appreciate Darren and Don for doing everything they do. And the KMAC Sports Network, Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the Voice of the Hawks. We'll see you next week, home against Lampasas.